Percussion?
We're live at the, what is it, Church of Speed?
Yeah, Church of Speed. I wish I could find where that fucking piano went. I was really into that thing.
I could tell.
Are we live on here?
We are live. I just got the notification.
Oh,
I'm going to pull this up on the YouTube so I can see the chat.
Welcome to the Revival Motoring Podcast.
We weren't kidding
I'll be
about a
your
piano.
host. Oh, I can hear me.
Yeah, it's my computer.
My
There we go.
YouTube, I don't think I'm subscribed to us, so I can't see it.
I just get told to stop at the baby posts.
Oh,
Posted another photo eligible.
What's up, everybody? Welcome. You're at the Revival Motoring pre-show. We are just being totally serious today.
gospel podcast.
Little Revival Motoring Gospel. I'm never going to be able to do it anymore.
Making moves.
Yeah, big moves, big moves.
Big moves, big moves.
Because that copter behind him and everything.
Ooh, I'm trying to search these presets real
Let me
quick.
switch accounts
For
real
my
quick.
windy fucking
Looks
bottle.
like Russian in that. The helicopter behind him.
Yeah.
Pop out that chat. Yeah, all right. Let me do that. Minimize that. Move this over here.
I think we just dreamed up that windy thing we played with earlier.
I don't know.
I
think it was real.
Pretty real.
It was real.
I don't know though, buddy.
Okay.
You know what's nice? I have 10,000 different things we can go through.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's about to get weird.
But I can't find the stupid bottle one. Dead Boy Techno?
I don't think that's it.
Use the mod wheel? Wow.
Yeah.
What's going on, Mr. John
All right. I got that pulled up. Got that pulled up. I can close this. All right. I think we're all right.
I mean, I don't know how there's so many freaking presets in this thing. Search presets.
It's a very intuitive app.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Him driving anything is just, yeah. All right. I think we're ready. Ready?
Ready to
Yeah.
go?
I think so. Are you ready with that thing? You got all your 17 devices ready to roll?
Yeah, I only have this for the pre-show.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
Otherwise, we're going to get right into the other shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get this party started, man. We probably pushed this too far.
Yeah. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Josh Garcia, and this is the Revival Motoring Podcast. As always, I'm joined by Chuck Who
Still works. What's going on?
and Corey.si.
Hello, hello, hello.
On this week's episode, we're going to talk all things Wolfsgart. We have Sam and Colin in from the show, organizers, runners. We might even cue somebody else up on the phone at the same time to talk about the show that's coming up in 4 weeks.
4 weeks?
4 weeks.
9 days.
You guys must be totally relaxed if it's only 4 weeks away.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
Super easy.
You guys can't tell. I'm ready to rock and
Yeah,
roll.
nothing going on. Yeah. Perfectly fine. But before we get into all that, this episode is brought to you by...
All right. This episode is brought to you by Heartbeat Hot Sauce. Heartbeat Hot Sauce is made from all natural ingredients, as I've said to you for the past
Month or
12 weeks.
12 weeks.
This
Yeah.
This is your last chance.
Yeah.
Promo code Revival, 20% off. Hit them up. Dill Pickle is their new flavor. It's dropping July 22nd, I believe it is.
Oh, it's not out yet?
It's not out yet.
Okay, so they released it. Okay.
About to
okay.
drop, though?
They released the drop. You can pick up their other sauce, the Diamond, Dustin the Diamond Poirier, going for the trilogy fight against Conor McGregor on July
I can't
10th.
wait for that.
Again, promo code Revival, get 20% off. Have your hot sauce the night of, because your boy is taking it home. It's Red Panty Night. So, shout out to Heartbeat Hot Sauce. They've been a great sponsor. Yeah. Use promo code Revival. It's still good for a little bit.
Yep.
Get your stuff in. I just re-upped on some sauces. I'm gonna take whatever we got here from take it home. Yeah. It's like boom.
Again, that's code Revival,
Yeah.
REVIVAL at checkout when you go to heartbeathotsauce.com.
Tell them the boys sent you.
Yeah.
Tell them to re-up.
Yeah. We haven't spoken to
Trumpets.
them yet, so who knows? Maybe we'll keep it going. But this episode is also brought to you by New England Auto and Truck Recyclers. New England Auto and Truck Recyclers, also known as NEATR, is located in Winchendon, Massachusetts, which is central Massachusetts out there for everybody. They are the purveyor of premium recycled auto parts. These parts include engines, transmissions, body panels, wheels, used tires, interior pieces, and all that good stuff. All clean, tested, and reliable. And they come with a 6-month warranty. Who does that? Do you know anybody who does that?
I don't know anybody that does
I
that.
don't know anybody who does that. If you are interested in any of these parts that are all clean, tested, and reliable, you can visit their website at finduseparts.com. Again, that's finduseparts.com. Give them a call, 1-800-553-3080, or check out their YouTube channel for all their new inventory that's incoming. And when you do that, tell them Revival sent you.
Tell them the boys sent you.
That's it for that.
So we got.
Want me to hit this button?
If you'd like to leave a callback number, press 2.
Callbacks.
Callbacks.
Let's get right into it. I have a callback I need to read, but I got to dig it out first.
Okay, let me
Dig
get
it
this
out.
one. You want one?
No, I was telling Josh, dig it out.
Take it out then. See what I care.
I've done zero preparation this week, so
I got a
I'm
call
just here for
back
the ride.
from our boy Nadal on the Instagrams.
Nadal, great dude.
We were talking about
Follow
why
the
this,
long one.
Stop that one.
Yeah.
why this thing's not
very,
shutting off.
very distracting.
We were talking about K trucks, and he was like, speaking of Ks, call back to the K truck thing. My 83 Land Cruiser 4-speed tops out at 75 on the highway. Lol. He's absolutely right. Can't register them as too slow.
Yeah.
Here we are. 83
Right, so
Land
what's
Cruiser.
up with that?
It's at 75. Come on. That's K truck speed, 75.
75 is breaking the law in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
of places.
Yeah.
Never been that fast. Wouldn't
Yeah.
want to break the law, but
No.
I
Respect
can
the man.
imagine how it feels.
I have a bit of a lengthy one.
Ooh, that's what I heard.
so this is from Alex Edelman.
Alex Edelman.
So on
Big
the
shouts.
subject, he just writes. So on the subject of hitting birds, he just writes, "I'm the spawn of a family of hipster bikers.
Oh my God, he sent me this too. It's amazing.
I ride fixed gears. My dad, I ride fixed gears that my dad used to make his own. I'm sorry, my dad used to make his own frame for him and my mom in the 80s. Anyways, we're a bike family. He has had a tandem since I was a kid. Gorgeous bike, custom-made aluminum frame, fully polished. Him and my mom rode it around on their bike tours and whatnot. Now, the thing about tandems is they go very fast, especially downhill. My dad's top speed that he has hit going downhill is 68 miles an hour. On a bike with my mom on the back. A lot of trust going on there. Anyways, one time he was going down a massive hill somewhere in South Seattle called Juanita Hill, which happens to be the hill he set his 68-mile-an-hour record on. He was already going about 50 on this ride down, and he looks to his right and sees a crow flying next to him and pacing him. Next thing he knows, this crow takes a hard left in front of him, like some sort of BMW driver with no turn signals. And then this crow is plastered on my dad's chest, flapping around, smacking him in the face, literally buckled in for the ride. Now, tandems cannot slow down fast, even with discs. They can break spokes doing so. So he had to go probably a half mile with this West Nile virus of a bird stuck to his chest, which he finally slowed down enough for the bird to get off of him. Let's see. If just my dad told this story, it would be hard to believe, but my mom verified it and said she made him take 2 showers. So
That's amazing.
watch out for the crows on your tandem bike, especially in Seattle.
And that's the first case of bird flu.
Yeah, first recorded.
That's how we first found it.
Yeah, right to the throat. What else do you have for callbacks?
I got something here. It's actually Jock and Jake B, a listener.
Shout out to Jock and Jake B.
The doo-doo brown rabbit.
Yes.
We've been trying to find this particular boot for the CIS. It's been a pain. And I posted up on Instagram, and a listener reached out to us. I'm going to butcher this Instagram name because I don't even know what it means.
It's fine. I do it all the time.
Hessian Dave is his name. Big fan of the podcast. Do you know who this is?
No, I think, I don't know if it's Hessian or Hessian.
Probably Hessian.
Oh, Hessian. That
That's-
makes way
that's a
more
real-
sense.
See? Yeah.
Because that's a real thing.
Yeah, Hessian.
That's
Hessian
supposed to be
Dave.
a man that works
That
at
makes
Hess.
way more
Yeah.
sense now. Yeah. So anyway, he had a boot. He was kind enough to mail it over for me, for Jake. He said, big fan of the podcast. Got to do some bucks for the boys. But in the meantime, parts for the boys. So
Parts
That
for the
works.
boys.
Seriously,
For
man,
them.
thank you
Yeah,
very
yeah.
much. That's awesome.
shout out to him. And he's kind of doing some like specialty Volkswagen junkyard stuff.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to be posting up more like parts he's got to sell or,
Yeah.
or he's stripping cars and stuff.
People need it because, I mean,
Yeah.
as we learned with that Mark 1, it's like some stuff is just scarce and it's
Yeah, good luck.
difficult to get.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was an integral part to get that thing running. So,
It still is.
right.
Yeah.
What else would you have for callbacks?
What do I get? Nah, I get a deep thought.
Before deep thought, are we doing the B for B? Oh, we didn't do
No,
the
no,
maths.
it's after.
Okay.
You do the maths. You do the maths. I'll do a deep thought.
Do the live math.
Okay.
Get into the deep
you do the
thought.
live math. It's gonna be embarrassing. I was designing something today that was really weird for us, and I realized that the Holy Trinity for car guys is, where's my little thing? Oh my God, fast, cheap, dependable. We all know this, right? But unlike the real Trinity, you can't have all three. You could have two.
Yeah.
That's all I know. You can have one or two, one of all of them. You can have two, not three.
Cheap and fast. It's
Cheap.
fun.
Cheap and fast is the way to go.
Yeah, cheap and fast is
you
fun.
pick two. YP2.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is probably going to come out in a merch drop soon. Try to incorporate a merch drop.
Fast and dependable. It's not very exciting.
Yeah. You want fast and dependable, though.
Yeah, but like fast and cheap is like there's
I think
a
Rewarding.
living on the edge.
I think over a serious amount of time, fast and cheap becomes fast and expensive. Maybe not dependable.
It never evolved to
If you
dependable.
multiply cheap multiple times, it just becomes fast and expensive.
fast and expensive,
no dependable.
still not. Yeah,
You know?
I don't know. I think that's what I would have to go for.
That's the
You
ultimate.
pick two. I mean, what do you guys think?
You
over
pick
there?
two. Everybody wants fast dependable.
Can confirm.
Can confirm.
Yeah, you gotta
fast
pick
and
two.
cheap.
It's a base god.
Fast and
Yeah,
cheap.
he says the same thing. Josh has got smoke coming out of his ears right now.
I think that's the number.
Oh boy. Is that really the number?
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
so.
that makes sense.
Oh my god.
We've got some work to do. However,
Yes.
we will get into it, and we have a tool that will allow us to improve on that number.
We have a tool to help you.
We have a tool.
Yeah.
We got a lot of tools.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
Yes.
Let's get in for it.
we're gonna
want-
get into
Are
it.
we doing that?
Well,
or
let's do deep thought, then
do
we do it.
deep thought,
That's the
yeah.
whole point.
Yeah.
No, I just did deep thought.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed it. Well, I was
Is
calculating.
No,
Josh
no,
going
the-
fast and cheap, fast and dependable, cheap and dependable, cheap and
Oh, yeah,
dependable?
there's a- well,
How
there's-
fucking boring.
There's
cheap
always
and dependable.
you can only pick two: good, fast, and cheap.
Yeah.
So we can just apply that to vehicles and
I mean, that
Have
is
stuff
for
that-
vehicles. You can apply it to much else.
Yeah.
have stuff that's broken all the
Women,
time.
I guess.
Yeah.
Actually, might
Uh,
work.
yeah.
Might work.
My work.
Might also be really fun that way. The only other callback I have is I find myself constantly stuck on my K car, which many of you have listened have driven at this point, whether it has a very broken axle or it has a clutch type differential in the front. Yeah,
you
I'm just
settle on anything yet?
totally at a loss.
There's been a handful of people who've reassured you. Or
I've
who've
recently gotten
experienced
reassured
similar-
by Mikhail, who's the only person I trust, who had a CRX that was fast with a clutch type diff in the front. And he's like, when you coast or turn slow, it feels like you have the most broken axle,
Yeah,
which is exactly what my car feels like.
yeah.
But it just feels more broken since the track day. But I'm reassuring myself by saying, well, it probably never got used really good until that day, and now it's doing real good.
Even though we've determined that the car came from a track god himself.
Yeah, track god, but maybe it's an... Oh, God, this is going to be in trouble. Maybe it's an autocross god.
Oh boy, there's a difference.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Autocross isn't cool, but... No, autocross is fun. It has its spot. I just don't think you're going to take the kind of beating that Jesse gave this car, or any of us gave this car at that track day.
Right.
Bit higher speed, a lot of dangerous. So I just
Bit
think I
more
might have the
risk.
wrong fluid in it. So I figured I was looking at what's available for 94 Mira, and there are Cusco's like the only person that really makes a good diff for the car.
Yeah.
Clutch type. So I figured it's a Cusco diff. Cusco makes their own diff fluid with all the friction bullshit in it.
Yeah.
So I just ordered some of that. I'll chuck that and call it a day.
I was gonna say, could you take a sample and try to is there any way you can tell by sampling some existing fluid? Maybe there's some already in there.
I mean, I just put fluid in it.
Okay, so you mixed it
But
up.
maybe
already.
not the right kind.
Maybe. I just park this thing on the lift now. And every time I get home, I lift it up. I shake all the axles around. Everything's fine. And then I drive it. I'm like, man, it feels really broken. But the way the thing takes turns being
So that's the
front-wheel
thing.
drive, it's crazy. It doesn't make any sense.
You
So
would think, right? You would think if it was broken, it would not.
I
turn
know
like
it has
that
a diff in
anymore. Yeah.
So I just think that's just the thing of having a clutch type diff on a front drive car. If you're a listener that has a clutch type diff on a front drive car, and that's how yours feels, please message me. If you're a listener that has a clutch type diff on a front drive car, and that's not how it feels, don't message me.
I had a Subaru that once did that, and it was actually broken.
Well, it's
That's
Yeah,
different.
it was a Subaru.
Yeah,
That's exactly the.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did it
That's
have a
not
diff?
very.
Yes.
It had a diff in the front?
It had a clutch type diff.
In the front?
Center diff. It was all-wheel drive.
But it was clutch type?
Yes.
Subarus.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it does in rear drive or in all-wheel drive.
The diff sees, so different wheel speeds.
Get right on
front
that
and rear.
mic.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, different wheel speeds, front and rear, and you'd take a turn and it would skip, and it was actually a problem.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a welded diff. I mean, it became a welded diff,
Exactly.
which is what it
yes.
seems. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a lot of experience with welded rear drive diffs
Yeah.
where it jumps around unless you hammer it, in which case you slide instead of jump. So I don't know. I figure
Yeah.
it's totally
If
fine.
there's a front wheel drive diff expert, we'd love to talk to you.
There isn't. I think I talked to him. I think I texted him.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, McCall.
Uh,
But I should mention when I changed the fluid, it wasn't fairy fluid and full of sparkles.
right.
It was clean. So it's not like it's just
Have
blasting.
you changed it again
metal.
since the track day?
Oh yeah, I changed it after the track day.
And it still wasn't sparkly.
No, it wasn't sparkling.
Nah, fuck it. You're good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if it handled like total rat ass and just understeered and everything,
So that's what
I
I
would
mean.
figure the diff's effed or the axle's done. It wouldn't go anywhere if an axle was
So
totally
if
trashed.
if it stopped performing at the highest of calibers,
Correct.
then you could be like, oh, there's something really wrong here.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's performing at the highest calibers.
Yeah.
As far as
As long as it maintains that,
that
the joy of-
incredible amount of performance.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
think
So I'm
you're
not
just fine.
tracking it next time I go. That's staying at
I
home.
think you're just fine.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Want to get into the B for B?
Is that low?
Do it again. Does seem a little low.
Yeah. Give me a little more.
I can.
Can you give me a little more?
I'll try. Yeah,
Is it in yet?
Still,
Yeah.
still seems a little low.
Hold on.
I don't know if it's low on your
Oh,
end.
I think it's low on this end.
Okay.
You might want to turn that way
oh
down.
boy, yeah.
There
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
what it
Bucks
was.
for the
Okay, all
boys.
right. Do you want to give your spiel first?
I've totally frozen.
Okay.
Yeah, so you might all realize that we are now down another sponsor. So that's going
Not by anything we've done.
No.
We've just come to the end of a
We've come to the end of a
contractual
beautiful
agreement.
contractual obligation.
Yeah.
And we love Heartbeat.
We and
Oh,
honestly,
actually, we did have it.
we-
We read it this time.
we haven't spoke to them
We still love them.
just yet to sort out if we're going to continue our relationship.
But anyways, as we've talked about this quite a few times, we don't want to fill our podcast at the beginning with an endless amount of ads. We've had a lot before, and we would need more to keep this thing really clunking along down the road. So what
Just
we
like
have
a
turned
diff.
to, value for value, bucks for the boys. So all we ask is if this podcast or our media stuff we put out, etc., is worth anything to you, just throw the boys a couple bucks. Now, we have been doing, and you still can, just PayPal, info@revivalmotoring.com. We do realize that is hyper annoying. So we have finally, Cardinal Agency and one Joshua Garcia has built revivalmotoring.com/B for B.
Or
And
if you
that's
just go to-
the bucks for the boys.
Just go to Shop Revival. It pops up first thing. It's there. It's working.
And it's all, that's like a subscription based, you can just give us like $5 a month or something.
You can pick
$2 a month.
four different choices. $2, $5, $10, and $20.
And
That way it works out. If you really feel the need, you can do it. So it's like $5 a show. However you kind of want to shake it out, it's there. It's your decision. You're not committed for a year by any means. Cancel anytime,
Cancel
dare
anytime.
I say.
because we don't want to go behind a paywall. We've talked about that, and we've got massive offers from all the big guys. And we just don't want to I listen to a podcast, I'm not going to mention the name, and I love the podcast, but like every 10 minutes he's reading an ad or two, and it's about fucking underpants. It's just
Right,
stupid.
Right. Again,
And don't get me wrong, we've done some stupid ads that I loved. However,
The baseball one, really.
I'm not. Josh ruined that, but I'm not trying to. We don't want an ad every 10 minutes. We don't want an ad between segments. We're just trying to get something that can keep us running without disturbing everybody, and so we can have you guys kind of chime in as well. Obviously, value for value. If you want to throw some bucks, that's huge. RevivalMotoring.com/B4B. You can also hit us with sweet news leads, which helps a lot. Callbacks, anything you guys want to send our way, we appreciate massively. You help us produce the show, and we love every single one of you. Also, if it's not worth anything, fuck it. Just don't pay us, and we'll just continue doing what we're doing. Maybe until we go out of business.
Josh, I really like that photo of you on the B4B page.
I
Just
think they stole that from the...
terribly concerned.
That
Yeah.
photo on the B4B page is what I drew you off.
Terribly concerned.
I was like, where have I seen a picture of Josh recently? I was like, oh, I know where.
It makes me like... I feel as if the song, In the Eyes of an Angel should be playing in the
Oh,
background.
You
my
look like you're making a
God.
video to notify when it's all over.
Yeah. I need you guys to know
We had a
this is
good
the last
run.
time you're ever going to see me.
Which it's not, by any means, it's not. We're going to do everything we can to survive.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of do everything we can to survive, we have found a metric
Yes.
to see if the B4B is working and to rate our previous podcasts. And I'll tell you what, you guys really knocked it out of the park this time. Josh,
There's,
what is our price per listen?
that would be 0.023.
So 2.3 cents a listen.
Yes.
And we think every single one of you.
2.3? Oh, yeah.
So we got 2.3 cents a listen this time,
Yep.
which we're very excited about.
We're on. At least we're
I mean, we're
going
trending.
a certain trend.
Right, we're trending.
We're staying
downward.
consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trending downward. It's
a spiral, even.
It's
It's gonna be like Bitcoin. You're gonna come back.
I think we're gonna come back.
Right.
Now that we're at 2
We always
cents,
do.
and we said this last time, there's no way we're gonna do worse next time.
Yeah.
So, Josh, do we have some notable donors that we
We
should?
do.
And
Yeah.
obviously, when you donate something, we're gonna read it off. If it's under $5, we figure you want to be anonymous. God bless you. Never mind.
There's one
We're reading everybody.
that's no.
Oh yes, this one.
I just can't not read his name. We'll get to that in a minute.
That's really weird.
Excuse me, in a minute. Let me read this message. Let's see. Let me skip to that one. All right, Wes Perkins.
Wes Perkins.
He just writes, the price will rise when I hear the outro and see 25 to 30 minutes remaining. Bring back the deep and dark conspiracy theory conversations.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Always appreciate what you guys do for the community, and my Thursday morning commutes are always the best. Well, cheers. Thank you very much, Wes, and we don't know exactly what you're
We
talking
don't know what
about
we're
at
speaking
all.
about, but we do enjoy that you enjoyed it, which we can't talk about.
This one's quite fun. From Brandon Green.
Brandon Green.
He just writes, love the EPA episode. More people should be aware of bullshit government
Whoa.
overreach. He also writes, fuck alphabet organizations. And also writes, mag dumps and bang limiters for the boys.
Mag dumps, baby.
And
oh
then
my
he-
God.
That's funny.
So he sent one over, which was a hilarious amount. And then he also writes, sorry, that was supposed to be this.
I think you can read the fact that that initial amount was
was
10 cents.
was 10 cents.
which is
was point.
I thought he was just like, I'm giving you my 10 cents. You know what I mean?
which
Yeah.
which would have been hilarious either way.
Absolutely.
Let's see. So there's his. Let's
my
see.
God.
Does
Sometimes I
this
can't
one
turn it
have
off.
to be? This one's not anonymous. From Dylan Day. Keep up the good
Dylan
work.
Day. Thank
And
you,
he just
sir.
writes bucks for the boys. Butts for the boys.
Butts for the boys. B for B. Can stand for whatever you want.
So this one in particular, he just writes, sadly, nothing more left on my PayPal. Still better than nothing. Big
You're the
hello
god.
from Switzerland. I love your podcast, as I mentioned a few times. Much love for y'all. And that comes from Mr. Dragon
Mr. Dragon from Switzerland.
Kova.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Kovacevic. That's
They
it.
speak-
So
German up there and French. They speak everything in Switzerland, man.
shouts.
Cool country.
Shouts
Been
to
there
Dragon.
once.
One of the best
Big shouts, man. Thank you so
names
much.
ever.
One of the best countries up there.
Here's an anonymous one that just says, keep it anonymous, you fucks, with an eggplant. And that's it. And then thank you for the rest of the anonymous ones as well. So
anyways, it's revivalmotoring.com/B4B. And you can help your boys continue to try to make it kinda.
even to make it a little bit easier, shop.revivalmotoring.com. Just so you can,
Yeah, just come see us.
it's right there. And we have a new shop up there. We kind of renovated things, if you will. Once again, Cardinal Creative Agency. I give them a pile of mud, and they turn it into the Sistine Chapel.
They really do.
Yeah, somehow they made it happen. Because what we were trying to do wasn't exactly, it's not like an easy thing. Hey, we want to take donations monthly. We want to be able to discard it every time. Oh, and by the way, we want to be able to track it on our end.
And we'd
we don't
like
want
to be able to have messages.
right, and it has to be this way. So it's just
And we need to track it so we can give people shit.
Yeah, so huge shouts to them as always. Go check out their work. Again, that's Cardinal Creative Agency. So that is it for that stuff. I think it's time to cue the boys.
Don't forget about us.
News. That was pretty good.
That was a pretty good one. I've got pretty good at harmonizing.
Yeah.
Pretty much a one-man team on the musical end of things here.
I have some ideas. I get it. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll save it. See, I don't know.
Wow,
if I'll be
now
able
I'm
to,
really loud. I like
that's
that.
super loud. I don't know if I'll be able to do that next week. Yeah, I might as well just do it now. So I wanted to make a thing, which maybe I'll still make it and we'll put it there if I can get a chance. It's been 3 years.
3 years since what?
It's
Since
3
we
years
started
since we
this?
started the podcast. Yeah, I think one of our first episode of you and I was early in June, and then like the second or third week of June, Corey joined on, and he's still here with us. So
Here we are.
Here we are.
We brought Corey on for one episode forever.
Exactly, just a
Never left.
run on
It just
episode.
keeps going.
So truly, thank you everybody who listens. Yeah, we're here. We're ready to go, and we'll see you at the Revival Tent of Speed.
Yeah, the old 10 of speed. Boys, I got a news.
Yes.
Well, unfortunately for everybody, it's more Tesla news.
Boy, do I have some Tesla news.
So,
I see a bunch of stuff popping over there.
the
too.
new Tesla Model S Plaid wins the exhibition class of the Pikes Peak Hill Climb. And it was modified by Unplugged Performance. It was driven by Randy Popes, and he took 10th overall. Now, I know what you're asking. This is a hard-hit news story, so I'm getting into it. What in the hell is exhibition class, right?
I am asking that because actually I didn't know.
Exactly. Well, it's defined by the organization itself, the Pikes Peak Hill Climb, in keeping with the mission statement of the Broadmoor Pike Peaks Hill Climb. Broadmoor's a hotel down at the bottom there, specifically to promote and demonstrate advancement in the practical application of motorsports technology and automotive engineering. Manufacturers and builders are encouraged to enter prototype or pre-production vehicles. While there are no records for this class because of its exhibition status, entries are eligible for recording an overall course record or attempting a specific former class records if the vehicle passes technical inspection under the rules of those former classes. So, it's a pretty neat little thing. And then 10th overall is kind of a big deal. But I need the world to know, 9th overall was a 1996 BMW M3 driven by James Clay.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
What motor?
Oh, believe me,
Okay,
I took
yeah.
a deep dive.
Okay.
The whole run, a whole onboard run is available on YouTube, and I think it's quite obvious that James Clay absolutely fucks,
Yeah.
Yeah.
without question. His car he's running is called the Bergster E36 Hill Climb car, which was unveiled at SEMA. This is his third run up the hill, and your boy's running an open class. That's just like, well, no rules. Go.
It's
do
a
what
run
you
what
gotta
you
do.
brung.
Run what you brung, open class, and you can get wrecked by anyone else. I think he took second in his class, 9th overall. BimmerLife.com, lame I know, did an expose on the car and James, which is definitely worth a read. The motor is an S62TU, which is what comes in an F10 M5, but it's the motorsport version called the P63, which has a dry sump system on it.
Oy.
That's a twin-turbo V8 for you noobs, and it makes 1,150 rear-wheel horsepower.
Oh, my God.
Jump change.
Yeah, exactly. Car absolutely fucks. Suck it electric. It beat the Tesla by 10 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, and there couldn't be any record set this year because
Of all the...
all the snow up top.
Yeah.
So it was I think
didn't-
they cut off the last
I was
quarter
going to
maybe.
say they didn't run the blast. Yeah,
There's usually like
exactly.
9 minutes. These guys are all running 6 something. I just watching this car run and like that's how I did. I was looking at the standings. I'm like, there's an E36 M3 above a Tesla Model Plaid. And I was like, I need to know about this car.
Yeah.
So then I found his run. And I was like, that's way too fast to be a turbo S60 S anything, S52 or a 50 or anything that would come with that car. And then they were going to build it on an N54, and it wasn't enough. And he got bumped up to a higher class because the way they changed the rear floor so it was more aerodynamic, and that dumped him out of the class they were running for. So they're like, all right, S62 it is. They get some big boy turbos on there, running all the race gas. 1150 on a hill climb like that, I mean, that's a spicy meatball. So yeah, I was really, really stoked on that. Obviously, the Tesla thing's cool to see, right? But an E36 M3 beating it by 10 seconds, that's what I'd like to see. So that's my my little dive there.
That's the best Tesla news I've heard in the last 3 months.
Yeah, that's the best Tesla news I've ever done, I think.
Yeah.
Well, let me
Got spanked.
brighten the room with
You
some.
you got to turn this guy's mic up, I believe, says the old chat room. Says double D, 603.
2.
Give him a little more.
Yeah,
Give these guys a little more.
taste.
Give him a little taste.
Test.
Hi, Mom.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
And
I like-
the other
I
things
like where that is.
get right on in front
Wanna
of it.
play
too.
you in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, well, that one doesn't turn off either.
Some more exciting Tesla news.
Let's go.
But before I get to that, Vin Diesel shows excitement for a Fast and Furious musical idea. Just wanted to share
Well,
that.
here's the thing. Like, he knows when this is over, there's nothing left for him.
That's not true.
Wait,
there's
you mean
nothing-
like that movie Riddick?
Yeah, there's nothing left.
Whoa. You mean the Chronicles of
Yeah.
Riddick?
The
There's
Chronicles of Riddick?
nothing left
Yeah.
for
Those
Vin
mo-
Diesel.
He has to fully fund those himself. Because the only person that watches are my wife.
Yeah.
Loves the Riddick movies.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
Also, little side
I like that
Shook,
one.
why do you have the Taco Bell menu on the fucking screen right now?
Yeah.
Oh, Shooky, you going?
He's going to make a run. He's
I
going to
got
run,
my eyes on that
he's
Crunch
running-
Wrap
Yeah.
Supreme. eh?
running
So
for the border.
When FNF ends,
Need some cash?
it's a wrap.
But the question is, will it ever end?
Well, no, because you can just keep, as long as you keep signing on.
They've gone to space. So
The
at
Star
some,
Wars one I'm into.
well, and they also have teased that Fast and Furious
Jurassic
in
Park?
Jurassic Park are
Yeah.
going to fucking twist swords.
Because they can get anyone to sign on to do this. They don't need the same cast over and over.
Right. They can
So
just
yeah, but
rotate
the
them out.
cast needs them.
If he's the Plymouth Rock of the whole fucking thing, they can get anybody. They
I like
can
that.
Literally get anybody.
Right.
They'd be like, hey, Hasbullah, you want to come do a fucking Fast and Furious
Nah,
movie?
he only goes
13?
crazy
Yeah.
for strawberries.
And he'd be, he so does.
Suseska, yeah. He's a big
They'll
strawberry
come
man.
over and do it. It's no like founding crew anymore. It's just like Vin Diesel.
It's like a league.
Yeah.
Like MLB, like NBA. It's just, there's gonna be
I'm pretty sure
greats.
The
They're
Rock
just
and
gonna-
Jason Statham are all part of this stuff now. It's a family.
They
I believe
are.
It's a family. I believe they're referred to
Yeah.
as a family.
Yeah, that's Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Habs?
Habs and
Tyrese.
Shaw.
What do you think Tyrese is doing right now?
Oh,
Yeah.
he's back. They're all back.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Exactly. These
Shout
people
out
have
to
nothing
Tyrese.
else going for them, so they just got like,
Whoa,
we're just
whoa,
gonna
whoa,
keep
whoa.
going.
Vin Diesel's got Riddick. I think we already
Yeah.
discussed it.
He's got Riddick. I never even heard of it.
You never heard of Chronicles of Riddick?
No.
Oh, terrible stuff.
He
Yeah,
doesn't have
exactly.
eyes or
Real bad.
something. Yeah, it's not
He
good.
doesn't have eyes.
Yeah, there's like some weird
He's got some kind of eye.
he just can't see color. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's
I can't
colorblind.
see
It's,
it
it's a
either.
movie about a colorblind spaceman.
Yeah.
as far as I can
I
tell.
live it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd like Riddick. I don't know.
Yeah,
Whoever you like, you
check it
guys,
out.
you can really identify.
I want to give it a shot.
Yeah.
So in some actual Tesla news,
Well, that wasn't actual Tesla news.
no, I figured start off with a hot take. From Inside EVs,
Inside EVs.
there's a report saying that they are going to Tesla in particular. Are going to create a $25,000 hat hatch, and it's coming in 2023 to rival the VW ID.3.
You mean
Sweet.
to crush the ID3?
That's all I got.
Crush.
Yeah,
That's all I
'cause
got.
any of their 5-year-old technology put into a new hot hatch would just still be better on everything.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And in
That might-
particular, that little hot hatch could have their new. It's like deemed the 4680 battery pack. so
Who's
it's gonna
going to
kinda
Tesla to
change
ask them
everything.
to do this?
Good question.
Well,
Jesus.
didn't you say that?
No,
Oh, you read it on that
it's,
site?
it's from Inside EVs.
and that's
yeah.
that's what they think is happening?
Yeah. It just kind of reports leading up to that.
Sources on near
Sources,
say?
Yeah.
Sources on the inside?
Near Elon.
Quick,
Sources on the
the
underside?
chat room. Tim
Yes.
Connor says Elgato in Burlington VT has good tacos. It's really fucking good there.
Why don't I see that?
Elgato.
Am I disconnected from the chat
You
room?
might have, the cat.
Oh, God, look at it.
Wait,
Yeah.
the cat? That's
The
what
cat, Elgato. The cat has excellent, and they also have gnarly strong margaritas, so I'm told.
fair enough.
Well,
Get your
well,
margaritas
thank you.
and
That's excellent
tacos.
to know.
Another bit of Tesla news.
Yeah.
So again, from Inside EVs,
Yeah.
Tesla Model Y actual charging costs over 9 month period averages out to $35 a month. Just to
Yeah, it's
just
ridiculous,
from
right?
some reference. Yeah, it's quite crazy.
I had to
Especially
put-
seeing like I filled up today.
Yeah,
It was over $50 now.
I had to put gas
Thanks, Obama.
in the Dodge Ram today.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy,
And it was
the Ram Daddy.
$97.
Yeah.
and you're
Maybe
only
only
half
takes
a tank.
93.
It was $97.
Yeah,
And I
Yeah.
was like,
Gas is getting
Oh, boy.
a little out of hand.
bit up there.
Yeah.
I can understand. You know,
I was in Pennsylvania over the weekend, and it was almost a full dollar.
PA.
More expensive than up here.
oh really?
Yeah,
Oh Jesus.
More expensive?
more expensive.
What is this, California? What the fuck do you think's going on over there?
Deep California.
Yeah.
California.
Shouts to Situation Rad. Tom
to
Connors
Situation
talking
Rad.
motorcycles. He sends me photos of the gas prices there.
Slap.
My walk.
My walk.
My walk.
It's that bad, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like almost $5.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then some of them,
Boy.
he sent me one. They were sold out of two of the grades and only had 91 conveniently.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it was 489 or 490 something or whatever.
I don't like that at all.
So is the 5 count still still
Look, it's going
in
to cost
play?
more
It's gonna
expensive than
cost
the
you.
gas, so
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
you gotta
It's gonna
respect
cost
the
you.
car.
Still in play. Another bit of news from Motor1.com. Porsche
Motor1.
Cayenne Turbo GT debuts with 631 horsepower, hits 60 miles an hour in 3.1 seconds, and is also the fastest crossover, has recorded the fastest crossover lap around the Nürburgring. Now, great, grand, wonderful. It's going to hit the U.S. in early 2022. Prices start at $180,800.
I'll tell you what.
That's cheap.
That's something.
Josh, I don't mean to interrupt.
Yes, breaking
You are
news.
breaking news, but with breaking news, I live, for people who don't know, about a mile and a half from here, and the lights at my house are flickering.
Okay.
So our backup is running.
Our backup is running.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we got a backup.
As the owner of a stupid SUV that's fast SUVs are fucking stupid.
I heard you. No. I heard you leave here.
Oh yeah, that didn't
to go
sound
to the,
stupid then.
Yeah, it's because the boys were in the car. I was just
Yeah.
trying to show them that's stupid.
Oh yeah.
I tell you what. I mean,
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's
is this? Are we getting hailstorms or what?
maybe a tornado.
Nader? I'll tell you what. The price I pay for it being that fast is so dumb. I should have just gotten a not M1.
Yeah.
Like the suspension
Considering
is
you've
ridiculous.
driven a not M1, still
And it's
hilariously
fast as
fast.
shit.
Yeah.
But it's also semi-comfortable to drive, which I can't say about the M1.
Right, because what that brings to the table is something you don't use often.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a lease.
I may be like, you want to take this fucker
It's
back
a lease,
early and give me one
right.
for half the price?
Yeah.
Because it's just, I don't know, it's silly.
It's cool, right? But it's like silly. I
It's-
get it.
I mean,
Sure.
The X5, I said the X5 drove so much more comfortably. Like,
Yeah.
I'd gladly trade for one of those
Yeah.
things. So, yeah, I mean, it's okay. I don't know if I need an SUV that fast. There,
No,
I said it.
I'm with you. Yeah. I mean, I believe when I voted for the more powerful SUV.
Yes, me as well.
Yeah, which was the
I voted with my
Durango
wallet.
Hellcat thing.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Yeah, but I couldn't get it. I couldn't get a Durango Hellcat at
They
that
weren't
point.
here yet. Yeah,
Chuck comes up to me at work and he's like, "All right,
Sorry,
I thought that was the
No,
Yeah.
no.
weather outside.
what's your vote? Durango Hellcat or X3M?" And I was like, "Well, there's clearly only one choice here, and it's Durango Hellcat."
Yeah, Durango Hellcat would
Yeah.
have been fucking cool.
Is that? Yeah, that's
That is
thing.
rain.
All right.
There's a
No, that's
tornado.
not me.
Okay.
That's the
okay.
rain
That's
above us.
actual.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yeah.
My shit sounds like this.
Sounds like the ocean. I can mute that.
What are you,
Oh,
crazy?
wait, no.
Don't mute that.
Yeah, there we go.
Why did I come here?
Uh,
Wow, it is really
wow,
hammering
that's
out.
crazy. Sorry, we're a little distracted from the monsoon that just rolled in. Another bit of news from Motor1.com.
Yes, sir.
Again, a lot of e-news. 2023 Audi e-tron facelifted and rumored to get a new battery with more range. Facelift looks pretty good.
Oh, you know what? You mentioned that. Yeah, never mind. Go ahead.
That's all I got. Facelift looks pretty good.
Is there any mention of what its mileage is on that?
Let's see.
They say improved. Is that improved 10 miles? 20? Who
Exactly.
knows? It's Audi.
1.
I don't know why you're putting me on the spot like that, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one's
come
an
on,
improvement.
bro.
No, let's see. It's receive a new battery, which will increase its range, but the two will also receive improved electric motors that are more efficient. Let's see. e-tron will deliver more than 373 miles of range for both variants.
Okay, that's not too
So,
bad.
and it says the current 95 kilowatt hour battery delivers 249 miles of range in the UK. So, that's a significant increase. That's over 100 miles gained.
Yeah, that would
be
that's
quite
unbelievable.
good. Let's see. There were some mentions here of how the United States EPA has a stricter testing regimen, though the new range should exceed today's 222 miles. So I guess it sounds like, yeah, the stricter U.S. regiment would bring that current 249 to 222. So even still, with that significant increase in components, it should still be much better than that original 222 here, supposedly for the U.S. Corey, get any news?
Just a quick one. Actually, I should have thrown it in when we were talking Pikes Peak stuff. But Scotto posted up on his Instagram, and I bring it up because we've talked about BBI on here a bunch of times.
Mhm.
There's people we know that are there. We should probably work on having them on here at some point. Would make sense. But so Tim and the entire crew at BBI got 3 podium finishes at Pikes Peak when they were there. They got 2 class wins. So PP Open, don't even know what that means, and the GT4 Trophy class, and then 1/3 of the time attack. Now here's news: I didn't know they did a time attack at Pikes Peak. I had no idea. I thought it was just a hill climb. I had no idea. I'm like, what are they talking about? Maybe I should pay more attention. But I think it's really cool. You go there at one car, clean up 3 trophies.
Yeah.
They didn't even get to do testing at all either.
Yeah.
And they
They had
had
a bunch of setbacks. What they had
one of the
problems.
cars broke. I think it was a water pump or pulley
Yeah.
or something, and they had to have someone fly in from California with a replacement part. And they replaced it right on the mountain.
Talk about going big or going the fuck home. They're
yeah,
like, well, we're not going home. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
BBI
That's
gets it. They
Yeah.
get it.
yeah, so that's sweet. Shouts to them. Big congratulations there. Also, that Bentley.
Yeah.
Chuck, did you see the Bentley? That Lieberman was all about the Bentley going up Pikes Peak.
That ran on like recyclable fuel or
Don't
something.
know what it ran on. All I know is it looked
Was
the
it-
business.
Reese Mills driving that thing.
Yes.
Reese Millen? I
Yeah. And the thing was getting it, but didn't it break or something broke on it, right?
forget. It's English.
Probably.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It looks great.
No, I
parked.
think it did really well.
It
Yeah,
did
it was
very,
doing
very well.
really well.
Doing exceptionally well, and then something.
No, I
odd
think it
happened.
still placed top 10.
Actually, I have it right here. So,
It's raining out there, boys. Jesus.
Yeah.
what does Mr. Lieberman have to say about that? 99th running of the Pikes Peak. First of all, ice at the top. Section 4 got scrapped. We talked about that. I'm a guest of Bentley and watched at first in excitement as their wicked-looking Reese Millen driven GT3 Pikes Peak looked to be annihilating the time attack class through sectors 1 and 2 ahead of a GT. Jesus Christ, man.
GT2 RS.
GT2 RS by 12 seconds. Yeah, my brain is not functioning today. And boost failure happened near the finish line. So they seem to be good in the first 2 sections, and by section 3 it was no bueno. So, but
It
still,
happens to the best of us.
this Bentley.
Serious, right? It was.
Oh
it
my
was
God,
running
it
on
was
some
so cool.
some fancy fuel though, wasn't it?
Maybe that's the big
I think that was a big
deal
thing
with this
about
whole
it.
thing, and I just totally missed it. But I'm super into it. Super into the car, the way it looked. Just a big old honker of an English car going up the.
Yeah, it's like a throwback to the old huge Bentleys.
Yeah.
that they run up the at Goodwood. Boys, I got one other piece of news.
I got a small one too.
Go ahead.
This might get to a off-track discussion.
Ooh, wouldn't want that.
So apparently, GM
Yeah,
has been putting out plastic jacks,
plastic jacks.
and there's a recall on them.
Harbor
Oh,
Freight
well,
just
that's-
called.
That's
Yeah.
a huge surprise.
Oops, this.
Yeah, they're
just
looking for the
went to-
formula how to make them.
So let's see.
let me get that formula.
Safety recall: mispositioned emergency jack may not support vehicle.
Only on Yukon XL Denali's come with.
So it's like a car, like pre-installed, like side of the road jack.
I'm not
Yeah,
going
it's
to
a-
mention any names, but there's also some service advisories and some mentions here, and some messages here. Sorry, one of those messages includes, "Yeah, it's going to break and kill you." Well, here's why GM and their dumbass engineers thought it would be a marvelous idea to make the jack out of plastic. Yep, the only metal parts on the jack are the pins holding it together and the threaded rod used to wind the jack up or down. Goddamn geniuses over there, GM. And then this
That's
also
not great.
says,
What's the recall for? That's the real question.
so the recall says safety recall, mispositioned emergency jack may not support vehicle. That's what it says.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too alarming to me. I mean, plastic car holding that just doesn't add up to me.
Ultimate failure.
Some user error there, you know.
Yeah.
And then,
They
okay,
didn't read
so
the instructions. That's the
he
problem.
he also followed up after the fact, waiting official confirmation from somebody close. And he wrote, "Update 100% true." So if you have a GM plastic jack, just really be careful. Seriously,
I would like to see one.
I got pictures.
You got pictures?
Yeah, we
Okay,
won't do
well,
it now. We'll do
we'll-
that.
we'll
after
show
the
and tell
fact.
later.
Moving right along. What else do we have for YouTubes? Any of the YouTubes?
I just got caught up
I got
on
one
all
other
Mike's-
news. One other
Oh,
news.
what
Oh,
do you
okay.
got?
Sorry, you had news.
It's not good news. It's
boy.
not. It's not a good piece of news. It's just typical Subaru news.
Okay.
They put up on their website that the new WRX is getting announced.
Yeah, the silhouette photo, right?
Yeah.
It's no date.
Which looked just like the old one.
Right. No date.
But it's
But
new.
it's getting announced.
It was the old one.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It was the old one,
But now it's the new
but
one.
now it's the new one. Yeah.
Yeah. No date, but it's going to get announced. Which I think we all inherently knew.
Yeah, at some point it was coming.
Yeah, it's going to get
Hey,
announced.
you know what? We'll announce it here. Someday we're going to do something new,
Yeah.
Here.
And it's going to be rad.
and it's going to be wonderful.
Well, we should put it up on the website.
There should be a silhouette of the three of us fucking sitting there looking stupid.
So,
Yeah. New stuff coming soon.
yeah, exactly.
Revival, press release, Revival to release new stuff eventually.
In all seriousness, is this that? Wasn't there this new motor that they were hot tot to trot about that
I
we
think it
talked
sucks
about?
less. Yeah.
Okay.
They were releasing a motor that
Maybe
sucks
this is going
less.
to be in that a suckier or less sucky.
Well, I think the WRX had a less sucky motor than the STI. That's all.
Okay.
It still kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Still sucky.
Yeah, still sucked. It's the FA instead of the EJ. It has actual direct injection, which is hilarious. It's going to not long to do that. But the STI still had an EJ motor, right, with not direct injection, but had more horsepower, which is hilarious. But not really. Just how Subaru rated it.
Well, slow and steady wins the race.
Exactly.
right? Yeah.
Exactly. Every time. Yeah. So maybe they're going to release a good STI.
One thing at a
Seems
time.
unlikely.
You can't get ahead of
Seems
yourself
unlikely.
here. Can't get ahead of yourself.
The thing about Subaru is everybody bitches like if they released the S2000 right now, I'd buy it. If they released an FD right now, I'd buy it. Subaru's been releasing the STI since 2004. Same fucking car.
Yeah.
They know the formula.
They do. They do
Right.
know the
If
formula.
only it was one of the other companies that did that. Everybody keeps in advancing. Subaru just stays the path.
Nissan.
Stay the course.
Stay the course.
Give me an STI Wilderness, you know? The no man's land.
It's probably coming.
Yeah.
YouTubes. Pop time for a
I
video.
just got caught up on all Mike's.
Oh my God.
Nope, that's not
That
it.
is not it.
No, I to exit the thing, you have to swipe.
Oh
And
yeah.
you always swipe the key.
Okay.
Hold on. Time for a video.
Perfect.
There
There
we
we
go.
go.
I had just gotten caught up on all Mike's videos for the Ferrari making the cage. He made it in such a cool way. It like is completely hidden when you look inside the car.
I love that stuff.
It fits perfect with like where the B like B pillar would be.
Yep.
And it's so perfect at the perfect angle when you open the door you can't even see it because it's
Oh,
just
that's
kind of
cool.
tucked in. The only things you can see are the diagonal bars to that, and they like perfectly cut the rear glass in half.
Yeah.
It's beautifully symmetrical,
Nice.
Minimalism.
aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, minimalism. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just works.
And it fits the exact rule criteria for the class he'll be running the car in. So not
Right, 'cause-
just style, like function. Well, function first because he knew, okay, this many points needs to be built this way. How can I build it
Yep.
to make sure I like it?
Right. And still be compliant.
And it's sick.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
I haven't seen that one yet. There's
Yeah.
a couple of them. Yeah, I got to get caught
It's
up.
super cool.
The algorithm kept on slamming this versus that NSX versus RX-7 down my throat.
Oh, I didn't get to watch it. Tell me all
and I
about
was like,
it.
I don't want to watch that. And then it
But you
finally
did.
so many times, and like
So after
it's
you
Vin
watch it-
versus Ron Carr from Hoonigan, and it is really funny.
There was no way I wouldn't have been funny with two of the homies.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of knew it was their car, but with it not confirmed, I could keep skipping it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fine. I mean, neither one's that fast.
That's what I'm saying. It must have been the slowest
And
as
there
ever.
was so like, I mean, the first race, Vin jumps like 5 seconds. It's ridiculous. Like, everybody there was shocked that he even chased him. Yeah. So I mean, the RX-7's
Yeah.
plainly faster.
As expected.
But then I watched the Unicorn versus the 1100 wheel horsepower Super Turbo.
Yeah.
And did exactly as you'd expect. The Unicorn just fucking walks it every time.
What'd you think of that gentleman?
The guy with the turbo, I don't know if he was playing a character or not.
That's
He's
what
been
I
on
got.
the show.
I
that
know.
guy Mo.
I thought
I think he was just
kind of playing.
He was like playing a New York City, like Long Island street race guy.
exactly.
Who all have 1100 horsepower supers. And the thing about the 1100 horsepower supers, we all know, they all run 13-second quarter miles at 250 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what happened in the launches. And then they do a roll race. And he still kind of gets clowned.
You
I
know-
think he wins the last roll race, though.
I think it was very close.
The Supra is like horrific looking.
Bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just, but it's fast as shit. And that's all you give a shit about if you're a New York street race guy. But like,
Right.
It was fast after
if you're a street race guy
1,200
generally.
feet.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like
it turns out
after
he
the
had
quarter
sticky
mile,
Mickeys on it. He's like, yeah, street tires. And they're like, it says not for road use right there.
but it says
But it says street. Mickey
right
Thompson streets. Yeah.
ET Streets.
ET streets. Not for road use.
I'm happy you thought that because I watched it and I was like, something's off about this. And then kind of as they were going on, I was like, oh, I get it. He's kind of like
Yeah, I think it was. So Raph just said Mo owns Petrol Works in Long Island, which makes sense. Because he seems like a.
yucking it up a little bit.
But
which
it was
funny.
it was really funny. And then at the end, after like the thing, they have Hurt drive it.
Yeah.
Like he just rips it,
Yeah.
and then he comes back, and Mo's like, "I said you have to shift at 10K," and he's
Yeah.
like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." And he shifts at 10K. It's just like, the smile on his face. He's laughing as he's shifting. It's just like. The absolute joy that 1100 horsepower Super can give you is totally apparent
Yeah.
at the end with Hurt driving it and shifting that hard. It was, it was really cool. They just do such good work, and I feel bad because I talk about it every damn week. But it is worthwhile content. It's awesome
It's
stuff.
great content. What's it? They're like, you can skip through some of the bullshit at the beginning. Like obviously, once you've seen them break down Travis's car,
If you
can
want,
skip
but
the
they
2
all
minutes.
harass
Yeah.
Travis and stuff. It's pretty funny.
But it's like solid content. It's a solid weekly content that you can just check out and have a laugh at, and they bring.
Yeah, I
something
look
different
forward to
the
when
table.
something comes out. The RX-7 versus NSX thing, I was just like, when's the next one coming out? When's the next
Yeah.
one? But I mean, it's fun because they're two cars, and the NSX is kind of like, I think most car dudes, like, no matter what you like, you're like, yeah, NSX would be a cool car.
It never
Like,
would.
definitely not that fast. Definitely the coolest car ever.
Yeah.
So, big fan. Big fan.
Anything else for the tubes?
Not that I can talk about online.
Okay.
I would say no, unless you watched anything.
No, I was actually just looking at I didn't really watch nothing car related. Probably cooking
Same.
stuff or just ridiculous.
Definitely
the
cooking stuff.
cave video, the fucking that sort of shit.
Yeah.
I think it's time to move right along to our main topic. Let me hit
Let's
that
hear about it.
button. So I know we have Sam and Colin in studio, and then we can call Anthony. I know he's got a bit of a tight schedule. Have you been texting him?
So I have been texting him currently, and this is just to kind of give you an idea of how busy our schedules are. He is currently in the meeting with the rest of our team,
Okay.
updating them right now. We had some new updates coming up
Yep.
for this week, and we're closing in on the show pretty quickly now. So he's just doing a quick meeting, and then he's going to join us
Okay.
after that, all right?
Okay. Yeah. If anything, we should probably have him shoot your text, and I'll give him a call. Mid discussion here. But before we get into that, we can just kind of answer some general stuff. So, you guys are back finally. Last year, unfortunately, could not happen. We all understand why. So this year, first tell us when, where, all that good stuff. Let's start off simple.
So this year, we're going to be having Wolfsgart take place on Friday, July 29th. It follows through until August 1st. The whole weekend is pretty much there's so much that goes on. It's hard to put into like a few sentences. We've been working really hard over this past year with everything being the way it was. Burlington, Vermont has missed us very much. And the E-Sex convention center there is really messing us.
Joe C-Sex. So, not to stop you mid thought, Burlington in particular.
Yeah.
There's a very good relationship with you guys, which is unique, I feel.
Yeah, Burlington, not only Burlington, it's the surrounding communities as well. Winooski, Colchester, all of those places. They welcome all of these car enthusiasts from all over the country, even people from Canada, and they work so well with us. Even the local police departments and stuff really, they really are respectful, and our attendees are always super respectful as well. And I
Minus
think
everybody at the FEMA camp.
yeah, except for FEMA, late night, that stuff just happens. But, I think a lot of it is that, our attendees are respectful, and the town sees that, and they appreciate it, and that's why they want us back every year.
Do you feel as if that's because Burlington is a bit of an artsy town?
I think a little bit of that. I think we really need to give a big round of applause to our attendees. They do a lot of self-policing.
Because this has been how many years?
Well, we're going on year number 11.
Okay.
So,
Oh, wow.
So yeah, this has been going on for a while now, and one of the big things is that we've grown a lot in the last few years.
Yeah,
With that, there's a lot of challenges.
for sure.
And one of those challenges being, how do you keep all of these people entertained throughout the weekend? And, really a lot of our attendees who have been coming since day one, they do a great job of self-policing and keeping people, occupied with doing stuff. We have so many attendees who do their own little events as well. I mean, you guys did the donut meet and stuff. All of those types of things, those end up making it so much better for us. And that's what Burlington loves, is that we keep everyone entertained. We don't let them run amok,
Right, because as we were talking, I'm sorry, go ahead, Colin.
No, I was going to say, what makes it special is, we were talking about this earlier, is there's lots of little micro events, like Sam was saying, that we can do. And we think that kind of makes Wolfsgart a little bit different than a lot of other shows that people are used to. And being a multi-day destination show, that, gives something that's something that everyone can look forward to.
Yeah.
So
And just keeping people entertained throughout those 3 or 4 days, I feel is very important, because, as I was going to say, as we were talking about before, giving people something to do keeps them somewhat occupied, and you can hopefully keep the riffraff down a bit.
Yeah, and it also helps us too, because when people are occupied, then that means I'm not, having to answer 500 questions. I'm off doing a job, I'm parking the cars, getting people in, registering them, those types of things. So when we have something to do, people, of course, they get excited. They want to show up early and stuff like that. But really, just everyone really comes together for this event, and that sets the vibes. I mean, that's really what it is what makes Wolfsgart so magical, is that the attendees really are what create that event. We set up the structure, but it's everyone who comes who creates the vibes, the feelings of being out in the FEMA camp, going to Switchback, being in downtown Winooski. If we didn't have the people there, it would just be downtown Winooski, It wouldn't be anything special.
Right. Just like everything, the people make make it. So you guys in particular, the show's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
When do you get to the E6 spot and start setting things up? How early in advance?
Well, Anthony typically heads up. He usually heads up like Monday, Tuesday, somewhere in there.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. And I'm usually up there. I'm in Vermont on Tuesday, but I'm not at the fairgrounds until about Wednesday. Colin can confirm this. We typically have like a little party at my parents' house, which is about a halfway point through Vermont. So I usually have a couple people come up, stay. We detail the cars, kind of have a nice little time, and then we head over to the ESEX, convention center to get working on layout, setup, and all of that stuff. And that's typically on Wednesday that I get there.
Okay.
Colin's usually with me then as well. Colin kind of plays a bunch of different roles. He does setup, layout, helps me parking cars, helps me do a bunch of different things, and then meanwhile is also walking around with a camera in his hand the whole time.
I was gonna say, right, you handle some of the media stuff.
yeah, so that's actually it's kind of tricky sometimes, because I want to try to get photos at everything, and I'm only one person, and
Right, spreading that throughout 3 days and multiple
Exactly.
different,
So what's nice about this year is we'll have more people helping me with photos. Like we have Brian Buckley gonna be helping run around with us.
him and his beard.
Yeah, him and his beautiful beard. So yeah, we're gonna be able to do that. But yeah, that's the thing for me, is trying to get as many photos at many spots as I can. I bought a golf cart last year for myself, so I can putz around and not have to rely on the convention center. So I'm going to be trying to bring that up this year.
It's a solid play.
Yeah.
Good reason to buy a golf cart.
Looking forward to it. So yeah.
Are you open to other people helping? In other words, if there's anybody out there who might be interested, can they get in touch with you guys?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. We have volunteers.
Yep.
There are people who lend their time and helping hand to us, and some of those people are like some of the biggest helps ever. I mean, we have some people who literally will just donate so much time to us to help us make this event possible. because it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of moving parts. I mean, we have it's literally a car show in each one of these, different areas that we go to,
Right.
Switchback, Foam, downtown Winooski, even having the Wolf Run. There's just so much going on. And to have people, step up and reach out to us and say, hey, I'm willing to help you, has always been, huge for us. That's what keeps this show going is volunteers. Really, that is what keeps us going.
I was just going to say, you're right. You need it.
Yeah.
You have
yeah.
to in order
yeah.
to survive.
Yep.
Obviously, this year's going to be different. Last time you guys had Wolfsgart 10, how many volunteers did you have?
That's actually a really good question. Off the top of my head, yeah, I'd say probably like 30 to 40 people that really,
Which is pretty significant.
which is good. But when you think about, all of their roles, I mean, we have people who are at the merch booth. We have ticketing people. We have security. We have parking, people who are parking
Right,
attendants.
right.
We got, so many different things, people who are in charge of layout, setup, all of that type of stuff. And what ends up happening is that 30 or 40 people is never that's never enough for us. I mean,
Yeah.
the show every year, we, everyone always says, lines. One of the things is when you have such a massive volume of people trying to get into one spot
Generally at the same time.
at the same exact time. Yep. And one of the things that's so difficult is no matter how many people I try to put at that gate, there's only so many cars that can fit through the gate.
Right.
So, we can have, 100 people helping volunteer, but does that necessarily mean
It's-
things are necessarily going to get
That
faster?
squeeze
you know?
point.
Yeah.
Right.
But one of the things that we've really worked on this year is layout and really streamlining a lot of our processes, because we know that in the past we've had some flaws, and we always go back to the drawing board. Every year after Wolfsgart, we go back to the drawing board and we say, what can we do better?
Yeah.
Volunteers has been on our list for like the last 3-4 years. We knew that we would be growing at an unbelievable rate, and 2019 was proof of that. I mean, we had just about 1,000 show cars, which was insane for us
Yeah.
to even think about. I mean, Wolfsgart started with 200 people at the show, maybe, and it's just turned into something unbelievable. And the volunteers help out a ton, and that's always one of the things that we're always trying to kind of grow on, is bring on more people who want to become part of the Wolfsgart family, because we really are. We're really one big family. We all go out to dinner.
Yep.
At the end of the show, we go out to dinner. We have a great time. Anthony's birthday is right around then, so we celebrate his birthday too. So it's always, we really try to bring on new people and have them be a part of our family. So if anyone's out there looking to volunteer, please feel free to reach out.
Family.
Can they, is there an email or anything like that? Or
Yes. So you can always reach out to us on the Instagram.
Okay.
Myself, Colin, maybe Anthony, there's a couple of us who run the Instagram. So
Yep.
we're always willing to answer you there. Facebook as well. And then we also have info@wolfsgart.com.
Okay.
Anyone can email that as well. You can email us any question at that.
Yep.
Anything.
And we try to answer as quickly as we can. but
Yeah,
we
understandable.
ask people to be patient with our responses.
right.
Usually
And that's the thing, because I'm sure, you're going to be overwhelmed and inundated with questions about, can I do this? Can I park here? And that's not why we're saying to contact. It's just, look, if you want to help, there's other paths for that, if you will, if you're a show car, etc.
Yeah, and with that said, too, I just want to say, if there's anyone out there who's looking to vend at the show, please be patient. We know people have been reaching out, but we got a lot going on. There were a lot of things that we were waiting on to see with COVID protocol and everything. One of our biggest concerns was, are we going to have to wipe down like every bathroom before, right after every use? Are we going to have hand sanitation, stations everywhere? Volkswagen came to us and they're like, we're going to have to wipe down the cars after every person. And we're like, holy cow, how is this even possible?
Right.
And then of course, in true Vermont fashion, they come out and they're like, you know what? Psh, everything open.
Yeah, it's just
one day it was just
open
like,
her
get rid
up.
of
all
yeah,
those.
yeah. Let them
Okay.
all in. Who
Well, that's
cares?
good. That's very
Don't worry,
good.
Kyle. I got your booth, buddy.
So if you are, reaching out to us, we will, be getting in contact with those people, for vending and stuff. So we just ask that you be patient, but you'll be hearing from me soon. I promise.
Sweet.
The grounds themselves.
Yeah.
Do you know the footprint?
Yeah, I mean, like, what about it?
No, just how
Exactly.
big.
Oh,
Just
how
to
big?
kind of explain.
Oh, actually, that's actually a great question for Anthony.
Okay.
He knows all of that. I can tell you that the hangars are about, I want to say they're 30 to 40,000 square feet.
Okay.
So
And how many hangars?
2 hangars, a north
Okay.
and south. The south is a little bit larger than the north, but
Yep.
and then we have the giant show field,
Yep.
which is all outdoors, and that is a good plot of land as well. And we're going to be changing some of that stuff up this year. We got some exciting stuff for people that I think they'll like about the layout. So
Yeah, every year we definitely take layout into account. So I mean, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but this year's layout it'll be good. I know some years people have been upset. There's the gravel pad that gets kind of dusty, and it's hard to keep your car clean on the gravel pad. But we really thought it through this year as far as where we're putting stuff. So
Yep.
I think people will enjoy where things are this year. So
And to make this clear to everybody, who is this show open to?
it's really open to everyone.
Okay.
Any enthusiast can come to Wolfsgart, and we will let any car into the showgrounds. The thing is that if you're a non-Euro car, we don't put you in the spotlight. There's 5 non-Euro cars that are allowed in Alpha class. We have an import and a domestic class out in the regular showgrounds at the auto show. But we don't put the focus on you. The focus is on German and European cars. That's really what we gear towards. Those are the classes that get the most trophies. And those are the cars that are typically, we'll accept non-Euro and stuff like that into the events. But again, the spotlight's just not on them. It started as a German car show, and
hence the name. Everything. It just things kind of all make sense for that type of deal. And it's I think the way you guys do is more than fair. Like everybody's welcome, but here's what the emphasis is on.
Well, that was one of our things was what's going to happen. There are people who drive, Hondas, that drive, even American muscle and stuff, that love European cars, love German cars, but they don't drive one themselves.
Yeah.
Why should we exclude them and not allow them to show off their car? We thought, no, let's open up our gates. Let's let these people in. I can appreciate a non-European car. I mean, I have, tons of favorite non-European cars, but and so does Anthony too. And that was our big thing, was like, we're fans of non-Euro as well. So how can we sit here and say, Euro, but and not let these guys in? Our other thought behind it too was, if they don't get in, then where do they go? And that's the other thing that always plays on our mind, is if we exclude people, what are they going to go and do? They're still going to show up,
Right.
and what are they going to go do?
We've
Go get in
seen
trouble.
we've seen how things tend to unfold
Exactly.
with that scenario.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So what is there something that you can talk about that is new this year? We know there's some surprises and things like that. We don't want you to spill the beans on anything.
Yeah, well, I will say there's a lot of new stuff. I won't go into everything because, we at Wolfsgart really like surprises. We like surprising everyone with some stuff. I will say that Volkswagen of America, again, will be our title sponsor. They're going to have an awesome setup. We're also going to have, a little celebration sort of for the whole GTI stuff that they're doing this year. So they're going to have a really cool, Mark 8 sort of setup that they're doing. And from there, they're also going to be doing a booth at Switchback, which is going to be really cool this year.
Cool.
So
Okay.
we're going to have them over there, and they'll be doing some cool stuff there. And then other than that, there's a lot that's changing layout-wise. I think people will be really excited for some of our layout changes. It's going to make the show kind of more centralized, and hopefully, make people really want to, really walk through the show. That's our big goal this year, is to make people, when you walk in that gate, in years past, we've kind of had that whole front area kind of open and not many cars up there. We're really going to try and, bring people closer to the buildings, bring them closer to the AC, bring them closer to Alpha class, because we do so much stuff in there, and there's so much cool stuff going on inside the buildings, that we felt like the show cars, some of them were missing out on it because they're so far out in this field. It's not a 20-minute walk, but when you're looking at all the cars and stuff, it becomes that. And then by the time you get to the cold AC, you're dying at that point, and you need a water and stuff. So we kind of thought a lot of things through. It usually is very hot at Wolfsgart, so we want people to feel like they can easily go from their car into inside, and then vice versa.
It's midsummer. It's just
literally.
middle of the thick of it, if you will.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about Alpha Class? How many participants are allowed? Do you cap that?
Yeah, yeah. So there's 50 cars,
Okay.
50 Alpha Class cars. They are the most elite cars. When I say elite, that means, if you just got bags and wheels, I ask that you don't apply. I get a lot of those applications.
Yep.
I appreciate it. I'm glad to see people are excited to want to show off their cars. But Alpha Class is really for those cars that are, really well done cars that are very, modified.
Gone through.
Yeah, really gone through.
The way we kind of put it amongst ourselves is that Alpha Class cars among themselves could win another show by themselves.
Yep.
So we're looking at like engine bays, paint jobs, engine swaps, like just crazy interior, crazy upholstery, awesome wheels, like one-off wheels, just something you would never see around. Very, very significant to themselves. So and we try to get that every year. And like Sam was saying, we do appreciate all the applications, and it's definitely hard for us to kind of go through the apps and have to pick through, okay, what can we put here? What can we put here? So we take that to heart. But yeah, that's kind of how we see with Alpha Class cars.
Yep.
Yeah, and then in addition to those 50 cars, there's 3 Battle of the Builds. Now, Battle of the Builds is even more elite. These are cars that have been completely taken apart. Everything has been gone through. And these can be cars that are brought back to an OEM, condition,
Yep.
or it can be cars that are completely brought into a whole new, realm. Dan Pendleton being one of the people who's been in, Battle of the Builds. We're hoping that he comes back again this year because he had a really tight race in 2019 with an RWB Porsche.
Yeah.
But we've had some really, really cool cars for Battle of the Builds in the past. And, we really love all the submissions people have been sending in. We've got some great stuff coming this year for the show. I've already been going through applications, and there's some unbelievable stuff. So we're super hyped for this year. We're hyped for Alpha Class, and we got a couple tricks up our sleeve to surprise those Alpha Class people who might have been coming for a couple years now, and maybe are getting tired of collecting the same things over and over again. So we got stuff coming,
Yep.
stuff in the pipe, in the pipeline that we're gonna be working with, and see what people have to say. One of the big things with us at Wolfsgart is we like to listen to the people. So if you have a complaint, always reach out to us. Just be polite. Don't scream at me through an Instagram
Right.
message.
Right.
I don't need to cry before I go to bed. I'm a sensitive guy here. Okay.
So the Battle of the Builds, do you guys have those cars in mind already?
Yeah, so we have a couple of them in
Okay.
mind. We've got one of our good friends that's also good friends with you that we've been working with pretty closely to have a really badass display at Wolfsgart this year. So there's quite a few cars that I think that are going to be contenders.
Yep.
We kind of got to vet them.
I was going to say, does it go right down to the wire for that?
For Battle of the Builds,
Or is there a
not
date
always.
you close it?
So Battle of the Builds, we take some submissions, and then
Okay.
we usually leave like the 3rd spot open. So
Yeah.
we'll pick 2, or sometimes 1, sometimes 2, and we'll leave that 3rd spot open for someone who just rolls up, because we always have a car that just like rolls up, and we're like,
The Canadians.
where did this come from? Yeah, like a Canadian.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
Canadians are crazy.
Yeah,
Th-
they're quite
they're-
wild.
Yeah,
It's either hockey or build a really cool car.
Yeah, I had a guy literally say to me, he's like, I had to trailer it to the border because it's illegal to drive it, but I drove it all the way from the border to here, so and got here in record time. And I'm like, hey man, that's fine
Yeah,
by
those
me.
dudes, those dudes are wild.
Yeah. So we're excited. We're really excited, and one of the hardest things is picking these cars. That really
absolutely.
is one of the hardest things.
Narrowing it down to 3,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
you're
it's
it's both good
Mhm.
but very difficult
Very,
because
very
it's just you are being extremely nitpicky at that point,
Yeah.
and just to the umpth degree.
and not even just with like Alpha Class either. Like I do air out. So myself, Colin sometimes also helps me with choosing those applicants. Anthony again, and then Joey's son also helps me
Shouts
as well.
to Joey.
Yeah, shout out to Joey. Joey also is always a huge help.
Yeah.
With the show. He's another one of those people who volunteers and spends tons
Yeah.
of time with us. But we go through. We call ourselves the Wolfsgart Selection Committee. We go through. We view all of those applications, and we talk amongst ourselves and figure out, what car people think should be in. And there's a lot of things that we weigh. Alpha class, especially, it comes down to like, was there dirt in the engine bay when we looked at it?
Right,
Like, things like that. Can
Sometimes,
make or break you.
those things are going to set other car.
Yep.
A and B car, it could very easily set it apart.
Yeah.
Just, hey, did you
Yeah.
take the 5 minutes, or not 5 minutes? Did you take the time to clean out your bay versus?
Yeah.
And understandably, shit drives there and stuff,
Yeah.
but there is a difference.
Yeah, and it's not even. It's like with Alpha class, it's a little more elite. But even with like Winooski and stuff like that, it's insane. Like we get these cars and we're like, holy cow, these are all such great cars.
Yeah.
Which one belongs?
Right,
in
tough
this.
to narrow it down.
And one of the things that we've started doing is like recording which cars get in to the
Yeah.
shows. So that way we know, like, has this person been here, a bunch of years in a row? Maybe it's time that we let someone else, come in and kind of, take the reins for this 1 year. And I always recommend if we deny you 1 year, reapply the next. Seriously, even changing one thing on your car could be that deciding factor for us.
So there is a process for trying to get into the air out event, right?
Yep.
How many spots do you have for that? Is it
It's-
capped as well?
Yeah, so that event, because it's such a small, it's one block, and because it's kind of a tight area, we're doing about between 110, 120 cars. We're going to be increasing that amount. So all of you Air Out fans out there, you hear that? We're increasing the amount of cars that will be at Air Out for this year, which will be really, really cool. And we've been working on the whole layout for that event as well. So Air Out's like a whole nother animal. Not only is it kind of like a logistics nightmare because you're closing down a whole street that every local in that area is used to driving down.
A pretty main street.
A pretty main street too, yeah. So right in the center of town. So
on Saturday.
On a Saturday, yeah.
At what time?
At
Evening.
rush hour.
Dinner time.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
So we start that event up. You come from the Wolf Run. And we're changing sort of the way people are going to enter this year, so that way we don't have such a bad line problem. Because in the past we've got like cars coming from the left, and then they're coming from straight in front of you, and one person's holding out a sticker, the other person's like handing out cash. They're like, "Hey, just let me in here. I got cold hard cash." Then you got people trying to bribe you, like Tony Smith, with like taking their shirt off and stuff, and you're like, "Excuse me, sir,
Works
this is
every
this is a
time.
family event."
It was very tempting, Tony, but not that time.
Keep him away. Keep him
Yeah.
away. He go hang out in the, in the
too many
water
nip
over there.
slips.
Yeah.
But he's
Banana hammock.
that event is crazy, and it's really difficult because there's an event going on before it. So
Right.
there's
Right.
a
You're
lot.
still you're coming down off the high, if you will, of the day event, which again takes a lot of volunteers and people, and then
and you're going on a giant group drive beforehand, right?
we're gonna do
Yeah.
it.
And
It
then
just
that
doesn't
lands
stop.
there.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's insane. This year too, we are gonna have someone leading the cruise. And they've been doing some practice runs, so they're going to be letting us know conditions of the road. So
Get a good time trial on that. Time to go for.
yeah, exactly.
King of the
exactly.
2K.
Well, hey, this is the Wolfsgart mountain climb, right? You just got to be careful going through Smuggler's Notch there. You're going too fast and another car's coming, you might end up with them coming with you. So it gets pretty narrow in there. But there's just so much to the show. There really is so much to the show, so much to the choosing of who gets to be in what. Now with the car show itself, the auto show, we don't do any selection. Anyone can register, even a stock car. If you want to show it, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
And that's something that we kind of pride ourselves with the auto show portion of it, is that, anyone can come in. Even if you have a stock car, there are some stock cars that people are still like, wow, that's my dream car. I want an A3. We get a lot of people who sometimes
Fox Body
they can't.
Mustang.
Yeah, Fox Body Mustang. There we go.
That's stock.
We get people who come to there and they're like, I saw this car. I never thought I would drive one, but now I want one.
Right.
And that's Volkswagen's, sort of. The whole reason they're there is to do that exact thing, get you in one of their cars.
Confident enough in their product.
Yeah, confident enough in their product, and they want to do it. And there are people who want to bring their stock cars in, and more power to them. Because there is someone there that will appreciate it. I seriously, every car that comes to the show, I always Another tip of the hat to our attendees. I always hear people saying, "Hey man, I love your car. That's an awesome car." And that's something you don't hear at every show. Some shows you go to and no one's really saying, "Hey man, I really like your car," or anything like that. You go to Wolfsgart and it doesn't matter what you're driving. Someone's going to tell you, "I love what you've done." I mean, I've even seen some ratted out cars where, kids chopped off the roof and stuff like that, and people are still like, "This is the most badass thing I've ever seen." You got to remember everyone's also drunk throughout the weekend. So,
so the run in particular, how long is that?
The run goes for it starts at 3:00 and it usually goes to about like 4:35. So it's a 80-mile.
Okay.
It's an 80-mile rally, pretty much, through Smuggler's Notch, which is a very well-known sort of area for their roads, because you can't even get a long bed pickup truck up these roads because they're so windy in certain spots and so narrow. Tractor trailer trucks will try, but they all fail. So,
wow, okay.
It's a really cool road. It's not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah.
Some people don't go on it, which is totally cool with us. It's a 100% free event. We don't charge for it or anything like that. You can go on it. No problem. Fill up your car with all your friends and go for a drive and see some of the most, beautiful spots that Vermont has to offer.
Right,
yeah.
right.
And drive on some really cool roads and ride with some really cool people as well. The rally really does, really brings a lot of people together. And it's a big event for us. We've always really tried to have it, but sometimes weather is not permitting. So we do take weather into account, pretty heavily with that. So if there's a thunderstorm or something like that, we're not sending all the hooligans out there to go crash into a rock or something. We do take safety pretty serious at Wolfsgart. So,
how many attendees you had in 2019?
So 2019. So throughout the 3 days, we had a total of about just shy of about 8,000 attendees throughout those 3 days. So, 8,000 people walked through our gates over Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have camping as well, as everyone knows. Camp Wolfsgart, also known as Camp FEMA.
Yeah.
That's also been hugely successful. We're looking to kind of add on to that as well. And we're hoping that brings in even more, attendance for us.
More space, essentially?
More space. We're adding a few things that hopefully people will see as amenities to being in camping.
Yeah.
So kind of make it feel more like, you could say, like a festival, I guess. But yeah, I think this year we were saying bigger campsites, a little bit bigger, and yeah.
And we got some some changes to that with some parking that's involved with camping. We've had some complaints in the past of people hating having to leave all but one car outside of the gate. So we're changing some things around with that. There's going to be some exciting news for people when it comes to, you and your friend having a car and sharing the same campsite. In the past, we only let, one car on that campsite. We're going to be changing it up so that way you don't necessarily have to walk a half mile to go get your phone charger that you left in your car that's now parked in some dusty old lot that's quite a ways away. So we're changing things. We're trying to make things more appealing to people.
Is camping currently open for registration now?
So it is not right now. The only thing we have open right now is Alpha Class. I'm going to wait until Anthony hops on here for us to do a little announcement. We've got some exciting news.
Is
that's
he
gonna be coming up.
available just yet,
so
you know?
I'll check with him right now.
Okay.
And see. Oh, wow. I actually just texted the wrong person asking them if they were available yet for a call. So that's really embarrassing.
Hey, bring them on. Bring them on.
Yeah. Maybe they have something to say.
Yeah, well, hey, it's another Wolfsgart person. So
There
anyone want to speak to Alexa and Bobby?
Sure.
But yeah, we'll get Anthony up here. We got some pretty exciting stuff with registration and stuff coming out. And we're hoping. Thank you, Colin, for sending that message. We're really hoping that people will really like some of the things that we've changed around at the show. I think you guys as well will find some things as pretty neat little additions to the show. I think there's going to be a lot of people who really like the entertainment value that we're bringing to the show.
Like Eminem showing up?
Oh,
Donkey show.
Yeah.
Donkey show.
Donkey show.
Yeah.
That's what I'm there for.
Yeah, close
Cheap
enough to the
entertainment and get it done, boys.
close enough to the border. What are some of the problems you're facing this year?
Besides COVID, I mean,
That's kind of the main one. Like
Yeah.
obviously, I don't know. Yeah, I believe we said it. Vermont kind of changed
Yeah.
their rules and whatnot
Immediately,
fairly recently.
drastically. Yeah.
Which was positive. But like, what else? Is there anything other hurdles you have to jump through, or even actually, let's kind of take a step back. When did you find out you could put the show on?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, Anthony will tell you that I've been saying since like literally the day after Wolfsgart 2019, Wolfsgart 10. I was like, Anthony, we got to go big and we just got to do this thing. You know, we gotta really go big with this and just grind the next year. And then COVID hit. And I literally was still saying to Anthony in like July of 2020, I was like, dude, we're putting this on. And he's like, you realize the entire country shut down. Like, you can't even leave your state. And I'm like, I don't care. We need to have this. Like, people are looking, people literally plan their one vacation a year for this event. So for this year, it's been, there's been a lot of challenges, a lot of challenges, a lot of hurdles. But I would say the time that I really was like, we're going to have this was probably right around like April, May. That's when I was like,
so that's really not that long ago.
Oh no. Like we haven't now I'm the type of person, I always expect that I'm going to be able to do something.
Yeah.
So as
proceed
Colin can
until
tell,
you're told no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And as Colin can tell you, I was the guy on the phone for our meetings going, oh no, we're having it this year. Like we're having it. Like, and Anthony would be like, well, we got to see, we'll just keep planning. And I kept being like, no, we got to have this. So the amount of people who really want us to, actually Anthony's calling me on my phone. I'm going to have him call.
Well, if he's available, I can just call him from mine.
All right,
Yeah, that'll probably
call
be
him
easier.
from, definitely.
Oh, we're doing Bluetooth phone stuff now.
Yeah, we're
All
gonna
right, boys, buckle in.
give it a shot. That's connected. Let me see.
593.
Oh,
No, it was because he was calling me. That's why he denied you.
Might not want to put his phone number on the podcast as well.
Oh no, it's not.
Oh,
Yeah. No, there's no way.
It's okay. You can find it online.
Yeah.
Nothing's real hidden.
I'll give him another try here. There we go.
oh, here he is. That sounds really good, Josh. I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, that clarity. It's real nice.
Let's hope my phone doesn't turn off.
Hello.
Anthony, how are you? This is the Revival Modern Podcast. We're here with Sam and Colin, and you are live,
You're
by the way.
live!
So
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you guys?
Even.
not bad. How are you?
Pretty good.
Sorting through some logistics. My understanding is coming right off another meeting call.
Yeah. We just had a nice staff meeting, so trying to tame the stress.
I was just
And,
gonna say, how are you in particular? How are you doing right now?
Well, it's been crazy. I'm not gonna lie, it's been very stressful, and it's this whole COVID thing has really put a damper on the whole car culture, as we all were very well aware, and but it's set us back quite a bit. We're trying to be ready for this event. There's a lot of resources and businesses that we've worked with that it's been tough this year. Material costs have gone through the roof. Certain materials that we request and can't get. It's been pretty crazy. So we're doing our best to pull this thing together and bring on a great show for everyone, because it's for the people, and that's why we do this. So we're hoping for a good show. We're hoping to be ready in time, but there's always some hang-ups.
Right.
But we do our best. You guys know that.
It just from talking to the boys here, it sounds like everything's falling into place, especially given we were just talking to Sam about when you guys found out you could actually have the show, which wasn't too long ago. So again, to your point, it's obviously it's a lot to pull together. From all our friends and showrunners, we completely understand. Like, yeah, this isn't just a small endeavor, especially with the potential numbers the numbers that you guys had previously, and now, which in my own opinion, I think the numbers this year are going to go well beyond that, because as to your point, everybody was kind of pent up and waiting for a reason to come out, because obviously anybody who listens to the show understands that the car culture really evolves around people.
Exactly.
The cars kind of start, but it's truly all about the people always. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's going to be great, and you guys are well on the way.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, it's looking like that. It sounds like that. That this should be a good year. A lot of people are itching to get out. I've seen a lot of really cool, a lot of local events throughout New England, with some big numbers, and people just want to get out. We've been stuck inside. We're missing our friends. A lot of our friends are our family.
Right.
Our they're the ones that we we need to see and talk. I won't say it, but and shoot the what, but yeah, it's great that things, knock on wood, are opening up, lightening up, and hopefully we could be back to normal.
So we were talking with Sam about some. He didn't want to spill the beans without you on the line, but he said there was some exciting news revolving around the registration.
Yeah, so we are hoping, if everything goes well, we're hoping to open up registration this Friday for camping and show. We apologize that there's been a delay. We usually like to be open a little bit sooner than now, but there's been a lot of logistics and a lot of things that we need to make sure, we have the green light on, and so we're hoping to have that, and we're really, really hoping this year to have a much smoother gate than we've had in previous years. The show is growing, and it's interesting. Everybody decides to come to the show at this specific time on Saturday morning. We get this huge jam of people. So one thing that we really want to try to push. So here's one thing that we're doing this year, is that we are opening Friday as a full active day. So what does that mean? That we will be starting the show on Friday, so folks can come to the show and register their vehicles, get their parking spot, and relax. And
That's
have
cool.
Their,
yeah.
This way it beat the crowds, people. Come, get there, and get your car registered. We will even start judging on Friday. That's the plan. So this way, there's no need to be waiting at those lines Saturday morning.
Yeah.
We're also hoping to have different gates, different lines for people who are already registered, so they can come right in, get to their spots, and enjoy the show, and start shining their wheels.
So for you in particular, is there stuff that you're focusing on? Obviously, kind of you're the leader of this charge, I believe. So what are you focusing on, for the next 4 weeks?
What we're focusing right now, I'm still doing some design work on the apparel stuff. We're kind of a little behind on the, our swag and stuff like that due to COVID. So I do all the design work for Wolfsgart. I mean, everything from the shirts to the decals to the everything, all the web work, all the back end of the web, the front end of the web. I work with the photographers, and we take those photos and I clean them and manipulate them if I have to. I don't usually have to do much on them because the photographers that we work with do beautiful work, and they really know how to shoot in the right lights and stuff. So that's great. But yeah, it's a lot of design work that I'm doing on a regular basis, and from sun up to sundown, and even after sundown. So, and then also really trying to get the gate and registration thing run really smoothly, because we want to get the people in. We've got to get them in through the gate and not be out there waiting
Right.
hours.
I think allowing that extra day is huge. On that in particular, Friday is obviously, it might be too early for exact details, but on that Friday, do you have a time in mind where people can get there? Is it going to be Friday morning, or obviously, still a work day for a lot of people? So I was just curious if you had a rough idea.
We're hoping to, we're still working on an exact time, because yes, there are people that will be traveling to Burlington to Vermont on Friday, but we do get a crazy amount of campers come Thursday night. The camping area starts to fill out pretty intense. So, we will, if everything goes well, we don't know, we don't have a specific time, but we're hoping to open up in the morning or late morning.
Yeah.
So we can get a head start on that. And then, plus we also have Switchback late afternoon, evening happening Friday. And, so we want to get a head start before everybody starts to run down to Switchback Brewery for the brew hop. So.
Now with Switchback, I truly anticipate tons and tons of people. Is that going to be capped at some point? Is that something you guys have to worry about?
Well, so I spoke with Switchback, and they are now talking about opening up more space for it, because they're feeling that yes, we're going to have a lot of people.
Yeah.
So they're looking to open up the back area as well. Their tap room will be fully open as well. And yeah, we might get some traffic jamming there. So there are some back areas designated for parking, which will be great, because the area that they're looking to open up is the back area where we did it 2 years ago. It's beautiful. It's a lot of brownstone brick.
I was going to say, yeah. That's where shouts our buddy Nick, where his car was shot for PVW back there.
Yes.
Yes. So that area will be open this time, and so you'll basically be able to walk all around Switchback Brewery, like the whole outer perimeter. We would love to park the cars inside like we used to. I'm talking to them, see how we could kind of incorporate a little bit of that, but because of COVID, they're a little nervous because of what happened, COVID. But
right, understandably so.
If we can't do the cars inside, that's all right. They also expanded their canning capacity and ability, so it took up a lot of space inside. But yeah, we'll be using the whole outer perimeter of Switchback, and then that also will open up some great parking in the back, so people can park their cars and just literally walk right in. Yeah, Switchback should be a pretty good event this year.
So, from past years, obviously this year, is still yet to happen. Is there a favorite part of the entire weekend that you have?
My favorite part? It's tough, man. There's some multiple favorite parts. I love the air out in Winooski. I think it's interesting. It has a really intense vibe, and also it's kind of it's our way to give back to the community. Where we showcase and have a display of vehicle out there. It's an open, free event. It kind of connects with the Burlington and Winooski community. Winooski is, kind of like the little Brooklyn of Burlington.
Yeah.
It's the artsy, and it's a great way to people that are not aware of what Wolfsgart is about, and they just think it's just a VW show, and it's more than that. And when they come out and they see, wow, look at all these different cars and the people, and they really get a taste of what the mission is of Wolfsgart. Yeah, that's a favorite of mine. Plus the food around there is amazing. So it's also a great time to break away and get some food.
Right.
But,
yeah. At least give you a minute to take a breath.
Yeah, exactly. But another favorite part is honestly, it's just seeing the whole thing come together, and my staff and crew. The, we would not be able to do it without them, and I know I ask a lot from them, and they work their butts off. Um, but when it all comes together, and people are just having a good time, and the smiles, that's what it's about for me, is just seeing people having a really good time, smiling. And and at the end, the award ceremony is, it's great, it's bittersweet. That's it, it's the end of the show. But seeing all these happy people, and a lot of them don't want to leave. They're they already want to come back next year, and so those moments are really special for me. So
How you mentioned the air out event, and
Yeah.
it allows the rest of the community to kind of see, okay, this is why all these cars are, dare I say, taking over, where we live. How close do you work with some of the businesses around the community? Do you have to kind of, hey, here's a heads up, we're having this event, or is that kind of handled by the city themselves, or do you have to kind of pitch yourself in different ways?
That's a great question. No, we communicate with the city of Winooski, and then the downtown organization, which they're a great organization. And I mean, there's times when we have gone door to door, knocking on the door and talking and saying, "Hey, we're the air out event from Wolfsgart." It's tough. Winooski is, there's a wow factor, but there's also like a small factor. It's very small, mom and pop kind of vibe, which we love. And these restaurants are great. The food is phenomenal. Some do get overwhelmed with our event because there's not enough seating in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Especially, and but they love it. We never hear really any complaints. I mean, we're filling these places up like crazy. So, but we do communicate very well with the city of Winooski. They love us. They see, we're really well organized, and we have to be. In today's world, we've seen where some events have gone, and we really try to be on top of our, rules and regulations, and keep people entertained, and not kind of get out of hand. There's always going to be a little bit of that. We get it, but as long as we just keep it professional and we listen, we are always ahead of the game with that.
So Sam kind of hinted around some stuff earlier. We understand that there's some stuff that you want to keep a surprise, but if I didn't ask, I wouldn't be doing my job. So what is something that, you're going to surprise everybody with this year that you can tell us?
Well, we always try to have something new. I will give some hints. We're going to be adding some new stuff to the camping area, for our camp goers. There's still certain things on, that we're working out, and we're trying to add some entertainment factors as well. But that's all I can truly say right now, because we're still working with the logistics on it. So I don't want to make any comments just yet.
Completely understand that. Yeah, you can't commit to it without being really sure. Yeah,
exactly. So, but no, we always try to keep the show, what's the word? Tastefully, and have it not become stagnant. We want to keep the action going and exciting. So, we will. Yeah, we're we're working on some things, and we're even working on some things for next year. We wanted to do them this year, but it's a tough year. It's a very tough year this year.
Yeah,
So,
completely understand that.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to keep you the entire night. We do understand you have a lot of design work left to go. So,
yeah,
is there
no
anything
problem.
else, or is there anything you'd like to mention to the people before we let you go?
Well, yes. Once registration opens, we strongly recommend people to register online for their show cars and the camping. I think that's what's going to help with the lines and getting into the show quicker. It also gets your information to us so we can get you into our judging um, database. So that way the information's there and there's less for them to do. They still have to check in and all that, but the registration, online registration is key. Plus, they're getting a discount. And if you register online, you get your discount and you're all set, ready to go. Um, so that's one thing that I would strongly recommend for folks to do. Also, if they have not figured out where they're staying, obviously camping will be open. We should have plenty of campsites available, but regarding like Airbnbs and stuff like that, from what we've gathered, a lot of places already are completely booked out. So,
Yeah. In truth, I think the revival crew here, we looked about 3 weeks ago, seen a place, and we're like, all right, let's just grab this, just so we have a place. And then went back just to kind of look at some other alternatives because we weren't exactly sure who was going, how that was all going to play out. And there was nothing. There was nothing like within 5 days from when we officially booked it. So, yeah. If you're out there and you're listening, do not hesitate. Go pre-register for sure, and then go find a place to stay.
Exactly. We're also hoping that the Canadian borders will be open by then.
Yeah.
We really we miss our Canadian brothers and sisters. It's important for them to be there. It's not the same show if they're not there, and they're it's the cars that they bring, the vibe. It's just we're really hoping that these borders will be open so we can get all our friends to come down and have a good time, and and same thing for us to go up there, for
Right.
events and stuff. It's important. It's important for the community. So we're hoping for that. Register online. If people have any questions, please reach out. I will mention this, that we did have some technical difficulties with our email. We were getting all these great emails, but the emails were not supplying the reply, and explain how that happened. We can't figure that one out because it should be coming from a certain email. But so we fixed that. So if anybody has sent an email and they did not hear from us, please send the email again because we had a glitch actually in our email service with no reply emails attached. So, but we fixed that, so we should be good now.
Yeah. Everybody should be understanding of that. These things happen, especially trying to cram all this stuff into, only a few months to make it all happen.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Well,
Any more questions or?
No, I think we covered pretty much all of it between you, Sam, and Colin here. I think we gave everybody a really good understanding of what they can expect, what they can look forward to. You guys did say there's going to be some cool surprises, so we hope those all come together. Regardless of that, I think it's going to be a great show. I think it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. And then, we're really looking forward to it ourselves of heading up that way. So we truly look forward to seeing you. We won't bother you the day of the show or anything like that because you're probably going to be running around.
No, it's all right. You can bother me.
You can always bring him a beer.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
That would be great.
yeah, we'll do that switchback. That's a very good idea.
Definitely.
Truly, thank you for taking the time out to chat with us for a little bit. And if there's any way we can help kind of moving forward, just let us know.
Absolutely, guys. No, and we look forward to having you guys there. Love to see Rival at Wolfsgart. It's great having you guys there. And yeah, I appreciate everything you've done and everything you guys do for the car community. Keep on doing it. It's like I say, it's very important. Car culture has taken off in all different ways, but we got to keep to our roots and keep to what it's all about. And it's about the people in their cars. So thank you for everything you guys have done and do. So yeah, and I appreciate you guys taking the time and letting us talk about Wolfsgart.
Yeah, no problem, man. We wouldn't have it any other way.
Awesome.
Thanks,
All
man.
right.
We'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. All right, man. Have a good night, guys.
See ya.
See
you later.
Bye bye.
All right. Well, truly, man, thank you guys for coming to hang out. We can get into some questions. I think there are some questions relative to the show and whatnot on our Instagram.
You should also recognize that your phone worked the whole time.
Flawlessly.
Yeah, that
Somehow.
was really, really nice. Really, really shocking.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's- I was
really
gonna
well
say-
done over there. It seemed like a professional operation for a minute.
Quite,
Is he an IT man?
quite
He might
rare.
be an IT man.
I think the
Quite
IT man's
rare.
actually snoozing back there.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's gonna pass out anytime. Yeah, let's see. So, actually, is there anything you boys want to say before we get into the questions? Just to kind of close out the main topic, if you will.
I'll just reiterate, July 30th, July 29th, if you want to show up a day early, Thursday, that's, you're more than welcome to, but through August 1st at the Champlain Valley Expo Center in Essex Junction,
Beautiful
Vermont.
E-Sex Junction.
It's a gorgeous place, I promise. And then other than that, be ready this Friday. We're going to be opening registration, so get registered. And anyone out there who wants to volunteer, please feel free to message us at any one of our, either email or one of our social media platforms. Please reach out. We're always looking for people to help. Just let us know what you'd like to do, whether it be parking cars, helping people register, or even being security. Let us know. We definitely have spots available for people who want to help out. And we do return the favor. We have goodie bags and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Free swag and things. And depending how many days you want to help, we'll even, hook you up with a campsite in our staff camping and stuff like that. So if there's anyone out there who wants to save a couple bucks, maybe can't find a hotel, something like that, and wants to lend a helping hand, maybe moving some stuff or parking some cars, give us a shout.
That's a perfect example. Yeah. Lend a hand. You're still part of the show, and just kind of get an inside look as well.
Yeah, and I think I can speak for all of us. We're really looking forward to seeing all of our friends that we haven't seen in almost 2 years. So
Right.
I know I'm looking forward.
I truly like this event, short of me shooting anything up that way, allows me to see friends that obviously I don't typically see, and not having that last year, it's been a while. So we're truly all looking forward to it. Let's get into some questions. Chuck, you want to play us in? It's perfect.
That's why I'm here, buddy.
Let's start at the top this time. Sasquatch 16 valve.
Sasquatch
Other
16
than the
valve.
event-related things, what is a must-do in Burlington? Very good question.
Oh, between either the beer or maybe a skinny crepe. I mean,
Skinny crepe?
Skinny pancake.
Oh, skinny pancake. I'm sorry about that one. It ends up being a crepe.
Okay.
Really, really good food there. And then there's Church Street in Burlington, downtown Burlington. So
Yeah, that's where I seen my first furry.
oh,
They're actually internationally known for furries up there.
I legit, the first Wolfsgart I went to, it's myself, Toby, Jake Austin, Randy,
And Toby was dressed up
and
like
a whole.
furry.
It wasn't Toby. It wasn't
I'm
Toby.
sure he took well to that.
It was just,
Yeah,
we
he
were,
was like, oh my God.
we were all kind of like, what the fuck is happening right now? It was like,
And Toby gave you the definition.
at
He was like,
first,
well, you see, Josh, they
would-
dress up.
at first we thought like there was like a thing happening on the street.
Oh, there was.
a child's thing.
Oh, Jesus.
a kid's
no.
thing or something. And like, wait, no. This fox in this pink thing just got ice cream and they're hanging out.
that is an
what's-
adult.
Yeah. It was a little thrown
It's
off.
gotta be a life to live, man.
Hey,
That's for
you know,
certain.
I'm not very cultured.
So in short, to answer the question, do furry stuff.
Plenty of furry things if you're into that.
It's known for furries.
Let's see. Actually, yeah. Isn't anything else that you guys said?
I wouldn't recommend the furries. I wouldn't,
Especially
go that route.
mid-July.
Yeah,
you know. Or
mid-July.
I'm sorry, mid.
That's a
midsummer.
tough gig.
Yeah.
That's a tough gig if you can get.
Well, that's a tough gig for the
Midsummer
outfit
furry?
itself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's-
Can't wait to get out of that thing.
You already get a dose of Tony. Do you need a furry as well?
Maybe that was him.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
It probably was him.
It was definitely him. I'd picture
Obviously.
him dressed up as a Sasquatch. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was Sasquatch 16 Valve who asked that. _couch.
A couch.
A cooch.
A cooch.
Are they expecting a lot of the Canadian boys to come down? I think we covered that.
If they open the damn borders.
And if not, storm the border.
Yeah, you guys can get through.
Oh, Jesus.
There's more of you than there are border patrol.
We hope.
Well, on the northern one, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be good.
A bunch of people in just jeans top to bottom just running through the border.
Jean camo.
Throwing maple syrup.
Yeah.
Slow _Mark6 _ GLI.
Slow Mark 6 GLI.
He just writes, is the Mark 6 Jetta overused?
I don't know what that means.
I
As
don't
a
know.
vehicle?
I don't know what that
mean,
means.
Is it played?
Like a played out? Is
I
it?
don't think it's played.
Are there a lot of them? I honestly don't.
It's,
Don't
not
pay
a lot,
attention
not
to
a lot
them
of great
enough to-
ones.
I mean,
you know?
I think me and Colin could probably answer this question pretty well. What's the class with the most cars?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
wow.
perfect.
Mark 6 Jetta
There-
really knocking
yeah.
out of the park.
Either Mark 6 or even Mark 5 class.
Yep.
We get a lot of that.
Yeah, I
Potatoes.
can imagine.
I-
Yeah, a bunch of potatoes.
I don't. Yeah, I don't
Like
like.
a-
Don't
like
even
a
bother
fucking
bringing it this year.
Like
Don't
a
bother bringing
field
them
in
this year.
Idaho.
I almost run the opposite direction. I walk over to the Mark 5s. I see all the rear ends of them. I'm just like, I need to go a different direction.
We're really looking
You
forward
see all
to
the rust on the hatch.
We're really looking forward to seeing potato livery Mark 5s, though.
Potato liver's the
it's-
only way.
We're trying.
Little butter, little
Which
dollop.
actually, well, yeah, I'm not going to say won't be good,
Oh.
but
There's actually a live event coming. I'm going to announce it now for you. Josh is going to be wrapping the car.
Josh is wrapping his car at Wolfsgart.
that'll be a disaster. No, we're hoping to get that done long before, even though we get 4 weeks. Double D 603.
Double D 603.
Do the Wolfsgart boys know I want to be? Do the Wolfsgart boys know I want to be inside of them? I mean, inside Vermont at Wolfsgart. Sorry, autocorrect.
That happens a lot with Dan.
Yeah.
I'd imagine.
But let me tell you, I know for a fact that I already knew that, Dan. We miss you very much.
Yeah.
Like very, very much.
Yeah.
Dan's one of those people. He helps out a lot, but he's like that comedic relief throughout the weekend. He comes in
that
and he's
breaks
like,
it up.
yeah, and that we need that. Like
Yeah.
seriously, if Anthony and I didn't have people to like laugh with and stuff throughout the weekend, I think both him and I would go insane.
Yeah.
And I think other people too, along with us, because I have so many great stories. I mean, last year alone, or in 2019 alone, I mean, Dan was. I mean, there were wheelchairs. I mean, I could go into so many stories about things that happened. You can find them on the internet. You just got to look for them.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Dan's awesome. I miss you so much, Dan.
I was going to say, unfortunately, I think that was the last time we seen him since
Hasn't
the
been in a
world
while,
went
man.
went wild. Yeah.
Let's get up there.
Yeah.
Let's get inside that.
Dan, we're looking forward to you to getting inside everybody.
Yep.
And some more wheelies.
Edelman. Shout out
Edelman.
to Edelman. Julian out there. Super Bowl winner. Name one thing you have done with your own car and instantly regret doing it.
Literally everything. Shook said buying it. Yeah.
Wow, that's actually a really good question. I mean, I'm gonna say it was a car I restored as like a fun little project. Me and my old roommate got a 1985 635 CSI off of a guy for free, and we wanted to do all the work ourselves, like of course. And well, we did the paint job, and so you can imagine how that came out for two people doing the first time paint job with
gonna
like
be perfect.
a Harbor Freight, setup sort of thing. I was in college at the time, and that was probably my biggest regret. But the car still took great money. Someone bought it from us, and they paid great money for it. And thankfully, we painted it white. So guess what? They couldn't see all the flaws that we created.
There
in the
you
paint,
go.
So it was okay. But,
Let's pick the
great.
right color.
that was definitely my biggest next time I'm gonna need to do a little more practice before I just grab the gun.
Just
and
show it
spray
off in
that.
the
Yeah.
rain. That's all.
Yeah,
In the rain
exactly.
or at night, you're good.
Yeah, exactly. No lights.
Yeah.
For me, I think people can relate. is painting a car at the same time of swapping a car, at the same time of repairing all the rust on a rusty 30-year-old E30.
Yeah.
It has been a 2-year process, and I mean, at light at the end of the tunnel, it's nice, but yeah, it gets expensive pretty quick.
So it'll be at Wolfsgart?
Probably not. We're bringing the golf cart instead.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
Good
enough.
call.
Let's see. John Stairs
John Stairs.
just writes, "Thanks for hosting a great event. Been my favorite for many years."
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
We love you, John.
Yeah, seriously. And I just want to say the amount of people, because I don't always respond to them. I don't always have time. But the amount of people who send us messages being like, you guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. Like it literally, there have been some messages that I've read that I've like almost been brought to tears because people are like, you know, I was in the worst state of my life and I went to Wolfsgart and I met these amazing people and now they're my lifelong friends. And I want to come back for the rest of my life. And that type of stuff, getting messages like that means the world to, you know, people like me and Anthony. That's what keeps us motivated to do this.
Yeah.
So seriously, thank you so much, John. It really means a lot to us. It really does.
MyDaily.cy.
Sigh.
Would at Chuck Who drive Uber in the Skyline?
I guess so. It would be pleasant for any of my passengers.
Customers, yeah. I don't think they'd allow it. I know they don't allow it.
They wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
It also doesn't have AC, so probably not now.
Let's see.
But if you need a ride, I got you.
Never finishing projects.
Never finishing projects.
How would you go about trying to get off a remote island?
Oh.
I just drowned. Fucking
Yeah, fuck it.
let the ocean fucking take me.
Have me.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. Is like, all right,
That's,
you know,
that's pretty sad, man.
you could
Yeah.
like maybe flag a plane, maybe, or a ship.
Just fucking call it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
fucking
or just
call.
starve.
I'm gonna
or
swim
I'll
for it.
message it a bottle it. It'll fucking. I'll wash up on another shore somewhere else.
I'm gonna swim for it.
You're right, just go for it.
They
And-
can figure it out.
Yeah,
We all know the only way to get off an island that is completely deserted is to get a volleyball.
Right.
And then, of course, build a boat. And
it's
then
funny that movie was on last night.
I was
Yeah,
watching
yeah.
it last
I
night,
just
so that's...
write help on the beach and probably drown as well.
Just walks into the water.
That's the thing.
I give it about half an hour and I'd be like, it's not
There'd
working.
be something absolutely horrific that happened to me no matter what. So,
There you go.
yeah. Jojo_Mark2.
Jojo Mark 2.
He writes, with last year being canceled, are you guys ready and anticipating a larger crowd?
Oh, yeah. I think we answered that a lot.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think we covered that.
Definitely.
Alan spelled with a 4.
Alan spelled with 4.
Just writes, plan to expand to more shows? Question mark.
So, as some people probably know, we've done some other shows in the past. We've done Nordicy, which was about a show done out of like the Lake George area. We have thought about other shows. We've thought about going other places. You know, it's a goal at some point, I think. You know, Anthony and I, of course, want to go. You know, we want this to be, you know, we find it fun. We enjoy doing this. Like, it really is a very enjoyable thing. And we want to go big with it because we see how many lives are impacted by it. And we want to be able to bring it to other places. You know, whether that means Wolfsgart itself travels or you know, we set up other shows elsewhere. You know, I think that's definitely in the deck of cards for us.
Something. I mean, because there's nothing really stopping you from using the Wolfsgart name, right?
No, not really. Wolfsgart's like technically Wolfsgart the show, and that's what it is Wolfsgart is technically a show. We have a parent company to that.
Okay.
Called Automotive.
Okay.
Which technically runs Wolfsgart.
Yeah.
So you know, not a lot of people know that. We don't publish that
Yeah,
very
yeah,
often.
it's just-
It's just the parent company to Wolfsgart. So
Yep.
if we were to do other shows, they'd all be under the Awesome
that
Motive
name.
brand.
Yeah.
Um,
Could be, you know, feed or brought to you by the creators of Wolfsgart or
yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's sort of what we did with Nordicy. We did Nordicy 2 years, and then it just became like sort of a logistics nightmare for Lake George.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because of the amount of people that were showing up, but Lake George is a very difficult place to really put on a car show.
Yeah.
You know, they already have one or they have quite a few that take place up there, and it's just the town isn't built for it. It's not like Burlington. You know,
I was going to say
just
that's
really
a huge part of Wolfsgart is just
Yeah.
you have a pretty ideal location.
Yep. And
Plenty of things, things for people to do, places for people to stay,
Mhm.
and the event showgrounds itself is I mean, dare I say, kind of state of the art compared to a lot.
Yeah.
It's not a field, so let's put it that way.
No.
There's field portions of it, yes, but it's
Technical
not
marvels.
A
There's
field. Yeah,
buildings.
yeah. Well, on the History Channel.
Yeah. Magnificent.
Magnificent marvels.
No, it's
that's
just a perfect place to have a show
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, can't get much better.
And we have, Anthony and I have scouted other towns,
Yep.
and I've actually scouted quite a few, both here on the East Coast, West Coast, places in between. But it's all, there's a lot of things that have to fall in place for us to really want to pick an area.
Yeah.
There has to be that entertainment value. There's got to be, a lot of other things. And
Yeah.
then the people there, too.
I was gonna say
we
the
w- we
community
need-
itself, yeah.
We need friendly people and people who aren't going to be, running out
Scorned-
screaming at us. Yeah.
Scorned from previous events and whatnot.
Yeah, and we have had those people even at Wolfsgart. We did have a woman at one of our events come down screaming, hooting and hollering about cars and stuff like that. Thankfully, the Winooski police are like,
Arrested her.
no, they were literally like, lady,
Still in jail.
no, they were literally like, lady, you need to leave. Like these guys are being very respectful. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
need
they're
to
not doing anything.
go
wrong.
home.
Right.
Like, like go home, sit on your butt, watch some TV. Like,
yeah.
figure something else to be mad about.
Watch cops.
Other towns got to step it up. That's what I'm
Right,
hearing.
step up to the
That's what
plate,
I'm hearing.
knock it out the park. Mike FNY.
Like FNY.
Shouts to Mike FNY. He just writes, coming from Long Island with 2 R32s, will we have to pre-register
Depends on the amount of
small tent
cronuts.
canopy? So, yes, highly suggest
Highly
pre-registration.
suggest, yes.
Bring cronuts.
But you don't have to if you don't want to.
Bring cronuts. Best,
I'll get you
best
in
name,
Holmes.
Cronut. FF
I got you,
Metalworks.
fam. Just bring cronuts.
FF Metalworks. Shouts
FF
to
Metalworks.
our friend, our
Big
Canadian
shouts.
friend. He just writes, let's open up that border. Wolfsgart is only 3.5 hours away. Seriously.
Sneak it in.
let's-
Daddy needs his
We're
cake
really
car
looking forward to
trim.
'em.
Let's open that thing up. VW Hathaway 13 just writes, can you
VW
push
Hathaway
it 2
13.
weeks so I can finish the thing?
How about you just work a little harder?
Yeah, work a little harder.
Work
Like,
2
come
times
on.
as fast.
Stop screwing around here with stairs and get it done.
Let's
Sounds like you could just
see.
stop sleeping, and that
Yeah,
would
he could
just-
knock it
yeah,
out.
that
doubles
He's
your
not
amount of
very
time to
busy.
work. Right?
Dead Broken Butt Ugly just writes,
No.
writes Wolfsgart. Makes sense coming from him.
Yep. Big
Kevin
shout.
401.
Just
Kevin's
missing
number one.
chromosome.
Whose baby does Corey keep posting?
He gets stuck in those big words. Yeah.
Kevin
Whose
401.
baby's that?
whose baby Corey keeps posting. What's the worst candy of all time?
Worst candy of all
From
time.
Kevin 4. Licorice. Anything licorice is just.
Yeah.
Whoppers.
Licorice is pretty bad.
You ever had those Whoppers?
Oh, the Whoppers.
I hate those.
Yeah,
Whoppers
those
suck
are
pretty
odd.
hard.
Those are odd.
Yeah.
Malt balls, like fucking malt.
Oh yeah, candy peanuts. Candy peanuts.
Oh,
Wow.
you can buy candy peanuts on Amazon.
Candy
That's,
peanuts suck.
it's not surprising.
You can
Those
buy
are
3 pounds of them. Is that
$20.
$9.99?
Those are gonna.
$20.
That's
Oh.
heavy.
You know how, when the Earth ends and we're all gone and the cockroaches have been killed, the only thing that's gonna be left is those fucking candy peanuts.
Yeah,
They're
candy
just gonna be
peanuts.
I mean,
everywhere.
candy corn is pretty bad.
I was
too.
gonna
Also
say
terrible.
I also hate candy corn passionately.
Yeah.
Like absolutely despise it.
Generally, anything with the name candy first before the flavor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you gotta
explanation.
announce the fact that it's
That's
candy, it's not a good
right?
sign.
It's just, Is that candy or is it packing material?
Yeah,
I don't- I
candy
don't
corn
quite know.
sucks. Peanuts are the peanuts are made from rat bones. Thank
Definitely
you,
made
sir.
from rat bones. Let's see. Last one here. Kevin 401.
Whoa, big one for him.
If you won a lifetime supply of the last thing you bought, what would you be stuck with?
Oh wow, I'd be stuck with a hub for my iPad. Tons of them, I guess.
Well, I would be stuck with a bunch of Pepsi, and I think
Yeah.
Colin's now
Pepsi
got
points.
bang.
Bang
Pepsi
energy.
points.
I would be stuck with Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee, unless we're counting the revival pizzas out there. So either pizza or coffee.
Yeah, pizza's a good thing to be.
Yeah, especially if I'm on a
Lifetime winner.
deserted island.
Yeah, churro flavored bugles.
Wow.
Let me tell you,
Had to go to that island.
I'd be pretty amped on a lifetime supply.
That good?
Oh my god. I couldn't shovel these things in my face fast enough. You remember that time you got the whatever the cake covered pretzels,
Oh
whatever
my
they were?
God.
Yeah, the
Cake
birthday
flavored.
cake pretzels.
Oh, my God.
Man. We single-handedly in one show ate so many I don't want any more ever.
Yeah.
Remember we bought. You drove to every store in the state to like
find
buy
him
him for his birthday.
Yeah.
Got like $20 worth. It fed us for months.
Yeah, there was a brown bag of just birthday cake pretzels.
The people looked at me like I was a fucking lunatic. I'd walk up to the counter with 4 bags of these things. Just, I gotta find more.
Give me more. They're so good. That is going to do it for our questions. I think that's going to do it for this entire episode. Gentlemen, any parting thoughts?
Well, just thank you for having us on. Seriously, it's been a pleasure being on, and we're looking forward to having everyone up at the show. July 30th. So be ready, and let's party, and let's have a good time, and let's be safe, and let's see all of our friends that we haven't seen in so long.
That's pretty damn perfect.
And
Before you go, all the contact information, stuff like that, please.
Yes, so you can find us on Instagram at Wolfsgart. You can find us online at wolfsgart.com. You can send us an email at any time at info@wolfsgart.com. And you can also even send us a message on Twitter or on Facebook, again, at Wolfsgart. And then other than that, if you also want to reach out to anyone individually, Anthony, myself, Colin, anyone, if you're, looking to plan a shoot, I seriously recommend people reach out to Colin. We have a couple other photographers as well as Brian and a couple other people. So just keep your eyes peeled. If you're, looking to maybe get a photo shoot while you're up at Wolfsgart, feel free to reach out to us for that stuff. And really anyone who wants to help and anyone who wants to, come have a good time. Feel free. Ask us any questions. I'm always looking for a funny way to give an answer. So,
yeah.
Yeah, and thank you for having us on. And just like Anthony said, we appreciate what you guys are doing for the community, the car community. So
We'll just do it regardless if people show up or listen or not.
Yeah.
So at this point, we're
3
stuck
cents
here.
an episode. With that said, don't forget.
Bucks for the
Trying
boys.
to survive.
Yeah,
revivalmotoring.com/B4B.
I
Bucks
think
for boys.
we've had some
The boys.
subscribers already during
yeah.
this podcast. I
No
think.
way.
So, yeah,
25 cents for this one. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we're
We're gonna hit 25 cents. We're gonna break records.
We are.
Just like Matthew McConaughey said, got to pump those numbers up.
Gotta pump
Gotta
up those numbers.
Yeah,
numbers
we're
up.
rookie numbers.
Rookie
Yeah,
numbers.
rookie numbers.
Yes.
That is going to be it for this show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for listening. As always, you can find other stuff that we produce on our YouTube channel. There, you can like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Also, check out some of the other shows brought to you by Revival Motoring, Talking Motorcycles, Topics Under the Stairs, and the Circle Jerks podcast. You can also visit our website, revivalmotoring.com. There, you will find all the info you need for everything we do, as well as the Bucks for the Boys subscription page, as well as some stuff for sale. That is going to do it for us. See you next week. Bye.
See you guys.
Play us out, Maestro.